What is up, beautiful people? This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Auto Skin Detail. Give them a follow on Instagram, like a couple pictures, show them some love. Let's go. I'm just happy to be here.
All right. Let's get this going right now. What time is it? 6:07. Okay, cool.
Just shake it off, bro. What is up, beautiful people?
Okay. What is up, beautiful people of the world? My name is ExZac Change, and I'm here with my friend. I'm going to do that again. Hold on.
Blake Braley. I'm in the house. Come on, bro. It's just me. No nerves.
I know. I'm nervous, bro.
I know.
God, your energy is intense.
I know I just dropped the hottest song in town. But
You did. It's
not
like
you. You didn't drop nothing.
No,
You can't always win, Zach.
Okay. What is up, beautiful people of the world? My name is ExZac Change, and I'm happy to be here today with my guest, my friend, Matisse.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Sorry I couldn't be Blake Braley, man.
Yeah, I know we were gonna do this with Blake Braley today, but something came up, so now we're gonna go off the cuff and talk about some current news. And I mean,
Traded
that just
Blake
sounds
Braley
boring
for the white Wayne Brady. Fresh out the gate, ready to go crazy.
Because you are funny. You are funny.
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I get by.
Do you ever feel like when you man, I'm a rap, I chose rap, but I should have been a comedian?
Well, yeah, that's the white rapper curse. Is like, bro, you feel like a guest in someone else's house already. You're like, I tried to make, that's the analogy they use or whatever that I've heard people use, like Lord Jamar talking about Eminem and shit. You're a guest in the house of hip hop or whatever when you're a white rapper. So like, that's the stigma that comes along with it. And like, I'm just trying to make cool music in the way that speaks to me. I couldn't be like a punk rocker or anything. Like, bro, did you see, are you caught up on, you've been watching SNL? Did you see MGK on SNL a couple weeks ago?
I think I did see MGK.
MGK was in there looking like Blink 182.
Yeah,
doing some hello, I'm sorry, fucking like,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah,
like you were rapping 5 minutes ago, like,
dude. He got high praise on his album.
Hey man,
for it being like a punk rock album.
Found his calling, I guess. I
think it's a good transform. Like, people like Eminem, I feel like they don't know where to go. I gotta just keep rapping. You know what I mean?
In an MGK situation, after you go in a rap contest up against the guy who's arguably the best rapper, and everyone said he beat you at rapping, what are you gonna do? Keep rapping? Mm-hmm. You kind of gotta change lanes a little bit, or kind of find a way to do something new. You know?
I liked MGK shit. I thought it was funny.
It's okay.
And I'll still stand by that.
Yeah,
but nobody would ever give it to him over Eminem. No matter what.
It was an entertaining battle, and the dude definitely put up a fight. That's for sure. So I wasn't mad at anything.
He said your beard is weird.
Beard's weird, bro.
I mean, that right there, I was just like, dude, that's just so good.
But I mean, if you that's using M's own shit against him though. Like, until we grow beards, get weird, and disappear into the mountains. That's from years and years
Really?
ago. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now
that's from that. Let's get down to business. I ain't got no time to fuck around. What is this,
dude? Yeah. That's what was so good about him, dude. Is that he had those fucking. He just had like the slept on songs. He had verses that you were like, oh shit.
We can't talk about Eminem though, man. We're in a white rap conversation. We've already gone to Eminem.
God, you're right, bro.
It's instant.
How did it happen that fast?
You know what I'm saying?
We were talking about MGK, and it was just such an easy pivot.
But that's the thing, man. Is when you are a white rapper or whatever, like, and you're kind of funny. Like, that's the thing is in most situations. Like, don't get me wrong. There's Caucasian folks that have come up in struggle type situations where they've had to make the best of it, like Eminem. He struggled and lived in poverty and all that shit. It happens. But in a lot of cases, you have like your Lil Dickies and your Logics and these people that haven't really had like a major struggle.
I don't know if Logic shit was
okay. I guess with his dad being a crackhead and shit, I wasn't even thinking about that. I just think most of his music is happy, so he doesn't really talk about the struggle.
He's not dark like that.
Yeah, he doesn't dwell on it. So, or like Mac Miller or something like that, where it's just kind of you rapping to rap, like party rap, college rap type stuff. And so you kind of have to come at it from a different angle. And if it's not like I'm struggling or I'm making up a struggle, you kind of, let's say some funny, entertaining shit.
Who was the college rapper?
Asher Roth.
Asher Roth.
Yeah. He just dropped a new song, actually, like
Dude,
a new album.
He was dope.
It wasn't bad.
I mean, that song College was a dope song.
Yeah. That was his hitter, bro. He's never, he's not going to be able to top College. Yeah.
I mean, but you made a hit. Like, my goal is to have a song like the Loonies. I Got Five on it. If you go to the Loonies, like
Timeless.
Spotify, it's like, I Got Five on it. I Got Five on a remix. I Got Five on a double remix scratched by DJ.
Remastered 2014. Fucking like
Every single one is just, I Got Five on it every time because the song is just
slow hypnotic
so
version from movie trailers. Like,
seriously.
Yeah.
Because like they were just, whoever made that beat, dude.
Fire.
I hope he got cash. I hope he got cash.
I hope he's still getting cash.
I hope so
Like
too.
that's the goal.
I hope he didn't just sell the beat for $200 and then just was like, fuck, dude, that one? Oh, man. I should have knew that was going to blow up. I mean, because dude. It just came on randomly and I just didn't want to turn it off because it's just so nice on the ears.
Right. But yeah, I mean, to answer your question initially, like, I've always been kind of a funny dude. I started my career of like freestyling and stuff doing improv back in high school. We do improv shows and shit like that, so it was mostly comedy and jokes, and then we do a little freestyle, like wilding out type stuff, like funny shit. And so when your roots are in comedy like that, and I'm funny conversationally and stuff like that, I'm like, oh man, maybe comedy should have been it. But then like I sit down, like I try to write a verse and try to write out a joke or think of a funny topic, or I'm lost, bro. I can't. I could not write 5 minutes of jokes.
Natural funny.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel too. Like, anytime I have a funny moment, I'm like, damn, I couldn't have planned that. And
I could probably go up there and like talk shit and do crowd work and stuff, like riff on people in the audience for a few minutes. But even that, I couldn't keep up.
And you know how hard it is, I'm sure, to do an hour set. Like when someone does an hour special, and this is why it's so hard to find a good, like, even on like the best comedians, I'll get halfway through it and be like, okay, that's about as much as I really want to watch right now.
Yeah.
Like I'll get it. I'll be laughing and stuff like that. But I'm just like, an hour just seems so long. Like I'm just like, even if I get like, if it's really gone 45 minutes in and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, I could talk for an hour on a podcast easy, but to be like consistent and to have a point and like move from point to point and segue from joke to joke and get through all my
It seems way harder than rapping.
It's crazy.
Honestly.
It's crazy. And like you think of the other difference, it's like you were just talking about with that Looney's song. That song is still a hitter even now. You throw that song on right now, I'm vibing to it. Nobody's going to see fucking Jim Gaffigan yelling from the audience, do Hot Pockets, or fucking,
no
one asked you to repeat a joke or do a hit.
I'm going to be honest.
Once you put that material out, that's it.
I don't think so, actually. I think that when he does live shows, I was listening to him talk on a podcast, and he said, he's like, I want to do new shit. And people are just like, Hot Pocket.
Well, of course, that's the line but
So
it's like,
just
that's like Chappelle saying people scream, I'm rich, biatch, at me on the street all the time. And I didn't even say that shit. That's Donnell Rollins said that shit.
But people, yeah, that's true.
It's like, it's not even my line, but it's the most associated shit.
It was like at the end of every episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So it's just kind of that thing. Or I'd be like walking up to, like Key and Peele and saying, bitch,
Yeah.
Or the fucking, we even still now, when I talk about movies, I say Liam Neeson's and shit from that theater attendant sketch.
Liam Neeson's.
That's like part of my lexicon permanently now. I say that, I put an S on the end of actors' names just because of that dumbass Key and Peele
stuck
sketch.
with you, dude.
Yeah.
They had a lot of good sketches, dude. And I don't know, Dave Chappelle talked about, Key and Peele's been doing my show for the last 5,
It's true. It's hard not to feel a little.
Well, I didn't really know the depth of the situation, obviously, until he did that sit down.
Yeah.
When he's like telling people not to fucking stream his shit on HBO.
He explained it all. And
Yeah.
kind of where he was coming from. Yeah.
And if you guys haven't heard that, go. It's probably, I don't even know does Dave Chappelle have an Instagram? I don't even know where I saw it.
He's got Twitter that he hasn't posted on in years, but you can find the video on Twitter.
I found that video. I thought he posted it.
I'm glad that story had a happy ending though, man, because
Did he get paid?
well, so there was some new CEO or something took over it at Netflix or whatever. He talked to somebody new at Netflix, and he put out a statement that was like, see, this is why I fuck with Netflix, is because they done my last like 5 specials and I got paid. And the dude actually approached me and was like, hey, I know Viacom that owns Chappelle's show is fucking you over and not paying you, so we're paying them for the rights to stream it, but we'll cash you out. And then HBO Max jumped on that train as well. So his shit's still on CBS All Access, and if you stream it there, he doesn't get paid. So fuck Viacom, although I love that streaming service. That's a separate issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, Netflix and HBO Max are doing the right thing.
So
and
I can stream it guilt-free.
They put Chappelle's show back on there, and every time you watch it, Dave gets paid.
So there's just these little nuanced things that the public like us, we never really get to know. I didn't until it's too late. Like
Well, you
So
just kind of assume these people are like big superstars with a bunch of expendable cash. It's like, why is he tripping, bro? He's rich. He's a millionaire. Why
but
the
it's
fuck
like
does he care?
even if it's just principle,
Yeah.
like it just in itself.
Well, you created that. I don't care if I've got $1 million in the bank. If I created that shit, I better be getting money off of it. You're not making money off my name.
But then you also need to, watch what you're signing.
True.
Because they'll slip some shit in there. I just found out that apparently, I don't know if this is still true, but like Snapple, every time you buy a Snapple, allegedly, Snapple donates money to like fucking destroy marijuana crops.
What? I thought it was made from the best stuff on earth.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't be out here capping saying you're made from the best stuff on earth. You don't support weed.
So I don't know how true that is. I did Google it when I was at work today,
That's
and it did
crazy,
come
bro.
up like something from like 2013 or something like that. That said they donate to places that do it, and they're really against weed and stuff like that. So drink Arizona iced tea. So you just find these weird little like, whoa, what? Stoners love Snapple, but Snapple don't love stoners.
That's crazy. Like
What's up with that?
You feel like if the word got out, they'd lose a lot of money. That's people got to talk with their wallets, man. We're here spreading the awareness.
We really do.
Don't
need
drink
to,
Snapple.
We got to talk with our wallets.
It's a Snapple fact for your ass.
I think that's the biggest thing we can do. I feel like people will kind of feel a certain way about a business or something, and then they'll be like, well, I'll just, I'll talk with my wallet. And then they'll just be like, man, my one little wallet's not going to mean anything. And then they just are like, fuck it.
With that mentality snowballs, bro. You got one person that thinks that, and you got 100,000 other people that think that, oh, my little contribution's not going to make a difference. It never, it didn't help when I recycled. Why would this help?
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. Dude.
And then enough people don't make that choice and shit goes unchecked.
Yeah. It's just, we don't do enough research, I feel like, into stuff. I understand there's just so much stuff going on. So it's tough to stay ahead of everything. But what's up, man? Any good comedians that you've been hearing lately?
Good comedians. I actually haven't had a chance to watch much comedy lately. I'm trying to think.
I just watched the one with what's the girl's name? I posted her up. She got blonde hair. She kind of looks like she made a joke. She looks like the fat kid from Sandlot.
Oh, Fortune Famester?
Fortune Famester.
Yeah. She does you said that. She looked like that homeboy from Big Santa, the kid. Or Bad Santa, not Big Santa. Bad Santa.
Big Santa.
Big Santa.
But no, that kid, they all look alike.
Yeah, no, she's funny though. I haven't had a chance to check that out.
It was pretty funny. Okay. When some people are just naturally funny, they just get up there, and a lot of it's just how they talk, and the jokes are good too. But I don't know, it's crazy how it separates. Some people are more of that physical comedy, and some people are more like they can just sit there and just hit these jokes.
Well, it all depends on what you're into. A lot of people, there's like this stigma against physical comics. Like I heard about
like
it.
It's not real comedy,
right? Well, it's like you're not winning based on your wittiness. You're winning based on just doing outlandish shit that anyone could do. So they feel like it takes less talent. But I didn't even hear about that or think that was a thing until I remember in 7th grade when Dane Cook was super popular and he was coming out and he was doing a lot of the fucking suck my back and fucking flipping all over the stage and shit like that.
Dude, I love that shit.
So it was funny, but then I heard a lot of other comedians talking shit about it. Like it's not real comedy because you're not.
See, but that's just that's a rapper making a song with melodies and and then rap and stuff like that, and rappers are like, well, that ain't boom bap, that ain't that's not lyrical.
It's just a different style, and you can't
different style.
You're gonna sit there and say Three Stooges isn't funny. You know what I'm saying? There's different kinds of comedy. This shit's been around since the dawn of time. Physical comedy, going back to
it's
Charlie Chaplin.
The
and
only
shit.
way that you can find out if something's not real comedy is if the people aren't laughing.
Yeah,
that's not real comedy. Because honestly, anything that you do or say that makes people laugh can be considered comedy.
Except
and
for
if you can
there's
master that,
one exception to that rule: Jeff Dunham.
Jeff Dunham. Dude, Jeff Dunham's funny.
No.
Come on,
okay,
bro.
so I own 3 Jeff Dunham DVDs, and I've seen him live. I had a big Jeff Dunham face. But after a while, you're like, again with the puppets, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there's only so much, but that's what's so great is you can hop. You get tired of Jeff Dunham, and now you're on to who's the dude that looks like the Winklevoss twins? What's his fucking name?
Oh,
the real dark comedian.
you're talking about Anthony Jeselnik?
Yeah. Dude, he's fucking just dry and just stands there and just says horrible things.
But that's also
hilarious.
another thing that's kind of crazy with comedy. There's so much nuance to it because like a guy like Anthony Jeselnik has managed to do really, really dark material for his whole career and not get so much as like a headline against him. But I see some other comics, like they'll say some outlandish shit on stage or whatever, or speak their mind and or say something for a laugh that's like offensive, and they get, or the people try to cancel him or shut him off. Or like, he said this about women, or he said this blah 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 blah.
I mean, you can't get mad at like comedians for saying things. That's what they're doing.
That's what their job is,
dude. So I was watching the roast of Donald Trump because I wanted to go back. I was like, dude, I gotta watch.
I've gone back
right?
to a couple of those roasts,
and like. That one in particular is just so funny to watch because, you know, like he's a good sport, I guess, because he's like,
he just acts like it doesn't affect him,
and but he really acts like he kind of has to be there.
Yeah,
like he's just like, like this is good, like this is good for my stuff, like and. These guys are just saying horrible things about him and like what he's doing with his daughter and like all this crazy shit, dude. And I'm just like, and then he just shakes all their hands and stuff like that. It was just crazy to watch. But one highlighted part was like Anthony Jeselnik was just like really a nobody, I guess, at that time.
Yeah.
Really, as far as like the big picture. And the situation was just a huge star.
Such a bomb, though.
So
that was uncomfortable watching him go up.
Did you go back and watch it after I posted that shit?
Yeah, bro.
It was so bad. Like people were, he was just like, yeah. This was his joke. And even if I butchered it, it wouldn't even matter.
You probably make it better.
I'll probably make it better. But he said, yo, Anthony Jeselnik, you're a funny guy. I told one of your jokes to this model girl, and she just started laughing her ass off while I was banging her in my mansion on a pile of money.
No, are you adding more punchlines after that?
that was just.
And a yacht was there too.
Yeah,
like
and then Justin was like, okay, man,
sick burn.
Yeah,
you got me.
Oh God, and then they started booing him at one point in time. But then just to see, Jeselnik, just like you were saying, he's got that dark.
Super
and when
dark.
he goes up, I mean, they all just treat him like the special kid of the crowd. They're just like, well, listen, let's just not be too mean to him, right? Like, come on, it's But.
No, those old roasts are cool. It's cool getting to see like Greg Giraldo and shit like that. Rest in peace, man.
It's weird because it doesn't seem like that long ago.
No.
Like I remember watching the Flava Flav one, and Lisa Lampanelli was always so funny. Like she said that he looked like a skeleton wrapped in electrical tape.
Yeah.
Some of those are just like I don't know what it is, but they're just gut fucking punching laughter when I watch the roast battles or people just getting made fun of. They
capture a moment in time. The roast battles are weird, those early seasons, because it was like right before the election and stuff like that. I know we don't get political on the podcast, but it's just funny to hear them talk, like all the comedians that are like so sure that Trump running is a joke and stuff like that. Like it's like, whoa, this is like a snapshot in history. This was like a room full of people that were like so sure that everything was going to go their way.
And that's how it was on the roast. Like Donald Trump was like, I'm running for president, and people were just like,
yeah.
And they were just like clowning him and shit. And then, I mean, it's fucking nuts.
It's
dude.
Crazy to have that history captured, man. You go back and it's just
this shit happened, bro. And there's just things that have happened within the last 24 months that you're like, okay, like if meteors started falling from the sky, I'd be like, well, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, bro.
That's what's crazy.
Texas froze over. So, like, what?
But motherfuckers still want to say they don't believe in global warming.
At this point, anything could fucking
The shit gets
happen.
cold sometimes. What do you mean?
What are you going to do?
No, it's a really terrible, actually, because it was very preventable. And
absolutely.
And that's, we just got to be, you got to watch out for the money. Listen, I don't want to get too political either, but like just as far as like the money thing, people just need to, there's got to be a split between the money and just doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Right, people need to be, be incentivized to do the right thing.
Well,
I guess
it kind of makes you wonder, like, how much of this stuff will realistically have to happen before enough people care. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I think the internet and the phones and stuff is just the number one thing. And like whether it's bullying, whether it's climate change, whether it like anything is people just capture it on the phone. They're tweeting it. People can get all together. And
it is a lot easier these days. Like we were talking about earlier, that I'm only one person mentality. What effect can I really have? Like being able to network and organize and
people
shit like
get
that.
things trending.
Yeah.
They're like, let's get this trending. And like before it was like ABC, NBC, CBS. Like if you couldn't,
You had to wait. Yeah.
there was no way you could be heard.
And trust that what you were seeing is, you know, what's
But there was
the
no way
whole
for
truth.
you to get your shit out there.
Right.
And like, so you were just like, you know, you would literally like have people to your house, like a book club, and be like, okay, we're getting together. Okay, let's talk about it, you know? And now we're all so connected. Like if someone's being racist or something, like you can pull your phone out, you know, people can record it and they can put people on blast and shit like that. And it's like,
there's a lot more accountability.
there's a lot more accountability, which is great.
It does. Yeah. You know, tipping over, like I know a lot of the people say, oh, cancel culture and this, that, and the other thing. You know, I feel like there's got to be some sort of either, you know, statute of limitations or like, are you a mostly good person that made a mistake? And I feel like sometimes because of that mob mentality, it can go too far. But I'm all for atonement and accountability too. So, you know, if something comes up, like I just saw a couple days ago, probably like 2-3 days ago now, Chris D'Elia posted a video on his YouTube.
Yeah, I saw that.
He came back and it was just a short video, but he came back and said, you know, I've got a lot of problems and I'm working on it. And I honestly, like, you see a lot of celebrities get canceled because of the Me Too shit and stuff like that. And I'm not excusing what he did if he did anything that was non-consensual or if he is a piece of shit or whatever. But I've yet to see a celebrity come back kind of like he did and actually say, look, this is a big problem in this industry when things are set up this way and that people tell you shit is normal. And you just do what you think is normal because that's what you think that this life is about, and that's what it's been about for years, but now things are changing. Like, you get caught in a hole, and things are way worse than you thought they could be. And I fucking got scared. He's like, I did all this shit, and I'm, like, on the road to recovery now. It's been months of me working, and I'm still going to keep working to fix this. So, like, I just haven't seen anyone really take ownership the way that he did.
He's going to have a hard time, but, you know, you have to respect, because we have to allow people to redeem themselves. I mean, to an extent, like if you're a child rapist,
if you're Harvey
like
Weinstein or some shit, and you've been doing it for years, and you're never going to change, or you know.
Well, and I mean, it's just, you know, there's like people don't like to see people be sorry when they get caught. So I think that just because they got caught, and I think that he came about it the right way, and so just, you know, people need to, in those situations, have to admit, like, hey, I fucked up, and this is what I did, and I'm not proud of it, and you know. If I didn't get caught, I probably would have kept doing it. So, you know, I want to do this and I want to be better. And maybe you don't come back. You're never going to come back to where you were.
No.
And
I mean, you look at like Louis C.K., bro. I've been one of the people that said, honestly, and this is a controversial opinion, I don't think that he's the worst offender out there. I don't know that he really deserved to get canceled for the shit that happened, but he did his shit. And even still now, he doesn't like promote. He doesn't have shows. Like, he's released a couple comedy specials, but you literally have to buy them off his website. Really? So he's done a couple shows. Like, he's back, but you're never going to be back the way that you were before because you have this permanent scarlet letter on you and shit that's, you know, kind of affecting you.
But I mean, it's also, there's plenty of comedians that aren't pieces of shit to women.
That's true.
And pieces of shit to just people in
That's
general.
True.
Or who haven't got caught yet, you know, so.
Well, and that's the thing is you don't really know until you know. So you just kind of have to make a judgment call. Like, is this person a mostly good person that slipped up? Or is this like that's what you kind of wait for. When one thing comes up, you're like, oh, okay, that's fucked up for sure. Like, let's see what they say about that. And if they say, yeah, that was fucked up, super sorry, not going to happen again, I slipped up. Maybe you watch their moves and show and prove. If they do the right thing, cool. But if like 12 other women are like, yeah, he did that shit to me too, then you're like, oh.
So it's the thing with me is I just want there to be innocent until proven guilty. Like, you just need to be able to prove that this person did it. If it's been a long time and you just can't prove that he did it, then, you know, or she or whatever, you just need to.
Well, and there's exceptions to every rule. Like, I think with Bill Cosby and shit, like, that motherfucker's crazy. He needs to be locked up. I mean, you got like 40 women coming out talking about.
That's like R. Kelly. Like, it's like when there's enough credible people, you know, you kind of have a gut feeling too when you look at someone, you can kind of tell if they're telling the truth. You know what I mean? You can kind of tell like if people are bullshitting you and stuff. So with like when enough people are doing it, I feel like you can really get the vibe. Like, is this a mob that's coming after this person, making shit up, or like this is real?
Some credible.
Like when I watched the R. Kelly shit, I was like, damn, this happened.
Robert,
this guy is
Robert. Whoa.
Yeah. That shit was fucking like real.
I just feel like there can be nuance. I'm all for believe women, bro, because I feel like in the vast majority of cases, a woman doesn't have. She's not going to blow up her whole life over some fake shit. Like there's some people that like to start drama, men and women, and there's always going to be exceptions to the rule. But I'm a believe women type person from the beginning, because I feel like, why would you make this accusation unless there was something that happened? And then I also am what you're saying as well, innocent until proven guilty. I can believe that what you say has some credibility, and then when I hear both sides of it and incorporate new information and like. Bro, communication is a weird thing. Like between adults, between kids, between whoever the fuck you are.
Well, and I just mean like, especially innocent till proven guilty, as far as like being canceled. Yeah, like you can just say these things, and then we can make our own judgment and be like, well, maybe I don't want to fuck with them anymore. I don't know. You know what I mean? But to cancel somebody when there's a chance that somebody's just coming after them, because
to have a knee jerk reaction like that.
Because who knows? You know, you know, women, men, it's all people. We're all flawed, and you know, sometimes things don't go our way. We get mad. Yeah, we want, and you know, if we're not successful, and somebody that you know we want to take them down because we're like, oh, I want you to be where I'm at. Like, there's that too. So
well, and yeah, we're the thing about humans, man. Like, as much as we say we're honest or we're 100% or whatever, like people aren't 100% with each other all the time. There's sometimes where someone says something and you just kind of go along with it, even if it's not what you would have done, or like maybe you just didn't speak up or whatever on both sides. Like maybe there was a miscommunication, or you didn't understand, or you thought you had a different understanding. And then after the fact, after whatever happened, you know, you have different feelings about it.
And we're I feel like most people aren't masters of their emotions.
No, people don't know what the fuck they're doing, bro.
Emotions are driving my goal as a person is to be able to master my emotions, to where like anytime I'm about to have emotional response, I can just my brain will shut it down, and I'll just immediately get over that emotion and say, this doesn't matter that you feel this way. This is the way it is, and we're going to move on.
You got to be careful with that, though. Like the way that I came up, emotions were something that we didn't really share. Like I kept a lot of shit inside just because nobody in my household showed emotion like that. Like on my dad's side and everything, he remarried my stepmom, and my stepmom hated me, thought I was like a child of Satan, and wanted me out of the house. I'm not exaggerating. Like that's what she told me to my face.
You're a child of Satan?
I was like 9 years old, bro. Because I showed up at the house with a Harry Potter book from my mom's house, and she said, "That is of the devil. You are a child of Satan." And
oh my god,
yeah, I don't know if the pussy was good or what was going on. My dad was there, but my dad, I love my dad, and we have a much better relationship now. He's with a beautiful woman, but at the time, he just was trying to make his situation work, and he was like, maybe you should probably live somewhere else, son. Like we was in a situation for a while where he was paying the mortgage on the house that she was living in with her 3 girls, 2 girls that she brought to the marriage, and one that she had with my dad, my sister. And me and my dad was living in an apartment separate, and he was paying the rent on the apartment because they could not work it out to get her to like me.
So the thing that would drive, I grew up such a realist and such a you know, if someone was saying something to me, I needed to know, well, why? Yeah. How does this make sense? If it all makes sense, then I'm totally whatever. But and so, you know, if I was you know, in that situation, I'd be like, Dad, like the Harry Potter, what? Like, give my back,
bro. I went to the Spokane Fair and won a blow up alien doll and brought the alien home, like one of those inflatable little aliens that you get from like the fucking carnival. I brought it home. She said she popped it, bro. She grabbed a kitchen knife and popped it off top. She said, aliens are of the devil. They are Satan.
You are fucking crazy.
Are you crazy? Yeah. So
you got you the one with the knife.
Yeah, bro. So anyway, so in that household, being stifled like that, trying to have a relationship with my sisters and my dad. I love my sisters. I love my dad. Even me and her, since she's the mom of my youngest sister, I see her from time to time, and we're cordial. Like she has no problems with me now.
You still think she about that devil shit?
But I mean, she's less so, bro. She got exorcised. Bro, she had an exorcism So here's the craziest shit.
No. This is real?
Just, yeah, 100%. When I tell you what happened, this is the craziest shit. Her and my dad were having problems, and this was before he moved out to get the apartment. This was like the straw that broke the camel's back and shit. She was just acting wild and going crazy. They were having fights like every night. Me and my sisters were in the basement trying to play while they're like slamming shit around upstairs and doing all kinds of crazy shit. And finally, she gets convinced by the pastor of their church that she has the devil in her.
Oh my God.
And
so
that she
she was passing it on to you.
Bro, and that she needs an exorcism. So they look up locally who in Spokane can do an exorcist. And they hire this guy to come do an exorcism. His name is Ronnie the exorcist. Ronnie shows up at the fucking house, and I kid you not, bro.
You're there?
I kid you not. I was there. But I kid you not. This is the funniest shit. Okay. Are you familiar with Schwanns?
Yeah.
Okay, like the delivery service.
Ice cream,
They
yeah.
bring food to your house.
Yes.
Our Schwanns guy, also conveniently named Ronnie. This exorcist shows up to the house, and it is our fucking Schwanns guy, Ronnie, the exorcist, there to exorcise the demons.
Wait, so your Schwann man is an exorcist?
Our Schwann
Man.
delivery man that brought us fucking bomb pops and chicken nuggets is there to perform an exorcism on my stepmom. I swear to God.
Dude, this is a scene. This needs to be made into a short film.
You couldn't make this shit up. So they do the exorcism, bro. Her head turns around and she pukes up green shit and all. You know, none of that happened.
So
she laid on a bed and wiggled a little bit, you know, like you do when you're trying to pretend that the hypnotist is working.
damn it.
And then after that, she was cured. She saw the light, bro. She was a child of God, and she wanted to be a happy family. And then, like 2 weeks later, me and my dad was in an apartment separate from that crazy bitch.
Man, your dad was like, I like the devil in her. I don't like that all this nice shit. I liked it when she was the devil.
She was one of those people that was like, I'm a good Christian lady. Like, I'm a good Christian. I preach the word. I pop the aliens. And
Your dad's like,
Harry
she not
Potter.
freaky anymore. What the fuck, man? She got cured.
She was good. She was like good Christian in the streets and sinner in the rest of the house.
And the rest of the like I'm gonna
Bro.
pop aliens. Like, hey, that's what would Jesus do? Not pop fucking people's balloons.
Right,
Okay?
like be a reasonable person perhaps. But
Yeah.
yeah, so we didn't really like talk about feelings a whole lot just because my dad was kind of like, yeah, well, we talked about it. You're good. You're
I know what you're gonna say.
So there was a lot of unspoken shit. So I'm all for in that moment when it's like business or when something's going down that needs to just be taken care of expeditiously, as the good man T.I. would say. I'm using those T.I. big words now. Expeditiously. So when that needs to be taken care of, I'm all for saying, hey, let me just kind of quash the emotion real quick and say, hey, this is how it is, and then I can deal with that later. But I think it's important that we deal with it and that we figure it out, because a lot of that from growing up has translated into me not being the best with communicating emotions with friends and family. And
Well, I think
I had to learn that skill way too late in
like
life.
there's some emotions that you need to suppress. So let me give you an example. When I bet money on the fights and then I lose money.
Yes,
I
stupid
want to
shit like
just
that. You gotta-
immediately shut down the emotions that make me mad
Yeah.
at the person that took the money from me, because I'm just like, fuck you.
They just made a different choice. It's
Like
not
Chris,
them.
Chris is the king. Chris basically, he took a bunch of my money on like every single fight. Like I just lost to him, bro. And then at the end of the night,
Oh,
I
isn't that
was just
shitty when
like,
you keep losing?
and you're just like, and it would be at the casino. It would be, I'll be playing like me and Chris or me and whoever will be playing like baseball, basketball. If I don't win, I get upset. So just disconnecting from, or if I
You got
forget
that
my wallet
competitive
at
spirit.
home. If I forget my wallet at home when I'm at work, and it's just like I'll have this dramatic feeling of like my day's ruined because I just, oh my God, something didn't work
Some
out.
mild inconvenience, or it's like I gotta drive back to the house and get it, or I can't get it.
So maybe I'm overly emotional and I'm trying to shut down those like the emotions that are going too crazy.
You just have to, it's picking your battles, man. It's mountains and molehills. You have to be able to recognize, okay, this is a dumb issue. I used to do it all the time, bro. When I worked at the,
Hey, can you let John in? Thank you.
When I worked at the office and actually was driving into the office, there would be days I'm forgetful as shit, bro. You know, sometimes you smoke in the morning or whatever, you're a little bit forgetful. I would forget my phone at the house, or I would forget my headphones at the house. And like my day job does not work for me unless I have the ability to like have Spotify or Beats or podcasts.
So the
or
thought of
something.
you having to go a whole
A
day,
whole 8 hours of a normal work day without being able to have a fucking headphone in like a spoiled child would make me be like, oh man, can I just take the hit and turn around and drive 20 minutes back to the house and be late and get in trouble just so I can survive the other 7 hours?
Yeah.
Like
Same thing.
There's times where you have this irrational reaction to things like that. And
like I've literally just made a protein shake. That's my breakfast. I've had coffee, no food. I got my protein shake. I'm relying on that, and then left to go to work at the last minute when I was about to be late, and left and gone to work, and then realized I didn't have that, and then I'm just like, and then here, dude, this one, okay. So it's my 10-minute break. I'm like, Jack in the Box is like a block. I'm just gonna run up there, right?
take care of it.
So I run up to Jack in the Box. There was like 2 people in line. I'm like, oh, perfect. This is easy, right? So I pull into line. I get like a junior bacon and a chicken sandwich, real easy. Like just a couple little dollar menu items, and I'm just trying to grab something because I smoked a little bit of weed, and I was just kind of I wake and baked a little bit, and I was just kind of getting those early morning munchies. I was like, let me get a burger. So I was, I'm all of a sudden a fucking, 2 cars ahead. There was 2 cars in front of me. The person in the front was just sitting there forever. I was just sitting here like, okay.
Oh, I hate that, bro. I'll start analyzing like how
What
many
are you
people you
getting?
got in the
Yeah,
car. Are you ordering for coworkers? You have no one in the passenger seat. What the are you ordering the whole menu?
So finally they fucking leave.
Hey, the man showed up.
That's what's up. Grab a seat,
fuck
playa.
that, bro. I'm getting up. Purple in Spokane. Shout out TS. Special.
I got one of them super stingers.
Oh. So check it out. So
the car.
So the car in front of me, they're taking forever. Basically, and I told John this shit, the day it happened, and the person drives off and shit, right? And then finally, the second person goes, and I get up, I get up to the window, and I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, I'm ready, right? Like I'm looking at my clock, my 10-minute clock countdown. I'm at 20 seconds. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be a little late. It's okay. I'm about to get this food. I'm gonna be good, right? And it was one of those. We're gonna need you to pull around.
Oh, they pulled you, bro.
You're gonna. This is a couple dollar menu items. Just I'm not even care about the quality. Just slap it on there and give it to me. I don't care.
If it's cold, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
I'll microwave it at the office.
They pull around. So I pull around, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it a minute and a half. Like I can only be so late, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna give it a minute and a half. So I'm just sitting there. A minute and a half goes by. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give it 2. I'm gonna give it 2. So I'm like I'm betting for the doubt. They're gonna run out any second, and nobody comes. So I'm just like, fuck. So I had to leave and go back to work without my food.
No.
Like, I'm feeling like I got the munchies and shit, and I'm sitting here just like at work, like
just hot, bro.
and the whole conversation we were having is I'm just wish I could just disconnect from those emotions immediately and be like, this is okay because it's fine.
It's tough, bro. You have to be able to disconnect from those moments emotionally. And a lot of it comes from like, I'm the type of guy that when I don't really plan shit out. I'm not like a big planner or anything like that, but I like my flow to be my flow. And I don't always necessarily let the world know about my flow. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get off work and I'm going to go up. I'm going to turn the PlayStation on, play for a little bit, then get this other work done with the podcast or whatever I got going on. And then, eat dinner and whatever. And then I come upstairs and my girl's like, oh, well, you're making dinner tonight and you're doing this and you're doing that. And it's like, all of a sudden, what I had planned, what I had envisioned is totally different. And so just like you wanted those dollar menu items. You were in the drive-thru, you were ready to get them, and the universe, for whatever reason, was like, not today, motherfucker. And you just have to be like, you have to really evaluate in that moment. Okay, yeah, I was looking forward to playing the game or just relaxing or whatever, but I got to pitch in and help now. Like, I got to redirect myself, and sometimes I can have a hard time redirecting from what like my mind's eye pictured, because I'm like intense with my vision for what I have, like with long-term goals and with short-term goals. When I envision what my day is going to look like or my week's going to look like or whatever, anything that rains on that parade or changes that timeline or redirects me, I have trouble adjusting to in the moment.
I'm too into that like if anything in my routine gets thrown off,
I had a plan.
I get shook.
I had a plan. You know what I'm saying? And the universe can't say, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I had a whole plan.
Like if I wake up in the morning and there's no creamer, I'm like,
Fuck, bro.
I didn't plan for it. Like, what am I going to do?
John, why are you using the last of the creamer, bro?
Bro, I don't use
He
creamer.
doesn't even drink coffee,
I don't
honestly.
drink coffee anymore, yeah. I'm an Earl Grey tea guy.
There you go.
But let me top this shit off. So I go back, so I hit him up, right? And I'm like, hey, listen, you know.
You hit him up for the $2 menu?
Came
Oh,
in there
no.
and I didn't get my order. They're like, yeah.
He's a
we
man
didn't
of
get your order.
principle.
We didn't get your order. Yeah, just come back and get it anytime before 4, and it's yours. You know?
Before 4?
Before 4. Like anytime before 4 and you're good.
Why is 4 the cutoff?
Yeah,
I
well,
paid you.
Because
I should be able to come back at 4 tomorrow.
This was 10 a.m.
And I can't even call. I can't even call like. You know, this isn't even a car note. Like on my car note, I can't call past 4, or the money doesn't go to tomorrow.
Yeah, aren't you open 24 hours? Can't you
She
write
was
a note
basically
for the
like,
manager?
As long as I'm on shift, I got you. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go get it at lunch, right? So at lunch, I drive all the way up there, or not all the way up there, it's a block away.
Yeah.
I go up there, I'm sitting, I walk in, I'm just like, it's going to be cool, right? I stand there for 25 minutes of my 30-minute break.
Wait.
For the same 2.
No.
And the guy in the back is saying, you know what? Fuck this shit. This is some bullshit.
He
I'm
was
just-
standing
and
for you?
And me and the UPS guy are like, and the UPS guy's like, this is some bullshit.
Damn. So this was basically the scene from Half Baked.
Bro.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you.
It was almost that. And he's like, I want a cigarette break. She's like, if I fucking even hear you ask for another cigarette break, you don't get a cigarette break.
Oh my God. There's a lot of drama going on.
Yeah, so I don't suggest that you eat at the Jack in the Box north of Francis, okay?
I got one
keep it
like that.
cool.
We went to the Applebee's on 29th, bro, up on the South Hill.
Ooh.
And oh my God, I would never go to Applebee's again.
Really?
Any
Applebee's or just that Applebee's?
This is the only time
I never hold it against the chain unless it's really bad.
I feel you. I
Right.
feel you. This is the only time I've ever felt compelled to like Karen up and call management, bro. I called like the district manager of Applebee's off this shit, and he sent me like a $50 gift card for more Applebee's.
Because you really got fucked over?
Oh, bro, we walked in the restaurant and it took them like an hour to get us seated. The whole time, the bartender in like the bar in the middle of the Applebee's was fighting with her manager like audibly. Like, well, if you don't want to fucking be here, just leave then. I need you until 4. You can't leave. Blah, blah, blah. You'll be fired and this shit. And so then that girl that was in the bar ended up our waitress, and she was apologizing to us. She's like, I'm so sorry. This lady is a bitch. And she was
Like verbatim?
yeah, she was like trying to get, bro, and then she told us our food was taking fucking forever, and she told us she comes up like 45 minutes after we ordered. I'm like, why don't we have our food yet? She's like, I'm sorry, the chef is in the back, and he just said he's about to walk out. He just said he's about to quit because this bitch that's trying to manage this restaurant is being a bitch to everybody.
Damn.
And she was just being very candid and telling us exactly what was going on. And
You're like, okay, so this is like a bad girls club experience.
yeah,
you know?
no disrespect to the waitress, because she did a great job like of explaining what was going on and trying to deal with this manager. But like the manager of the Applebee's was out on the floor more than I've ever seen a manager of an Applebee's be out amongst the customers. And she was literally yelling across the restaurant to the girl who was our waitress. Like they were in a
So they give you $50.
a
They're like,
yelling
here's
match.
$50. Have a beer on us too.
Isn't
I
it
was
crazy to know that like the trickle effect, if one person starting at like the cook or the line cook fucks up,
Yeah.
everybody gets fucked. The servers ain't getting tips. Nope. Like nothing's
everybody's
happening.
pissed.
Everybody's pissed. And you know what's funny is you talk about Applebee's and Colleen, they're bad.
Bro,
So
I didn't even know there was a chef at Applebee's. I literally thought it was a microwave back there, bro. I
you would
thought that
think
was
so.
it.
You
Your
would think
chef is
so.
about to walk out. Your microwave gave out.
And
So
I
that's
For real, like in Killeen, or just in Texas, is it like
real bad.
Applebee's? Like you don't go
I
there?
imagine any chain restaurant in like busy areas.
in
like
busy areas or run down like old areas.
Yeah.
Now the reason why I say Colleen specifically is because it's outside of so Fort Hood's the largest base in the
the
states.
metropolitan area.
And so you got to think about it. If less than 1% of the masses are signing up for the armed forces, you're getting not the cream of the crop kind of people. You
Sure.
know, it can be a last resort. So if you're sending some people who, I'm not, trying to insult anybody's intelligence, but most people use it as a last resort. And so you get a lot of interesting folks who come out to Fort Hood and then they make the surrounding city, like Killeen,
Right.
not the best.
Not the best.
And so Applebee's, on many occasions, I've gone and it just gets rowdy in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, it's just always rowdy. But for me personally, just because of that fact, I only go to Chili's now.
So Chili's over Applebee's.
Chili's over
Chili's over.
And
Applebee's,
no hate.
No
We're
hate,
just,
no hate whatsoever.
It's just experience-based.
Experience-based. And every time I go to Chili's, the food never lets me down. Ever, or the service. Like, it's always just been great. They have a 2 for $25, and they have like this $10 full meal, and you
I
just
trust a
get
2 for
hooked up.
25 more than a 2 for 20.
and this is
Why are
how
you
I
looking at
felt-
my wife, Zach?
Oh, yeah. Look at this. Mike did this.
Wow. Oh no, I think I saw that earlier.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing's
It
player,
popped up,
bro.
bro. That just means that I fucking, obviously on my happy
I
to be
based
here
it.
page,
I
you
based
right
it
up
on a
there.
picture of her that's longer than that, and the titties is in it, but she wouldn't let me show the titties. She said you can't. I said it's drawn.
Yeah,
She
no.
said no, you can't post
So
the
you
gotta
really
titties.
did. You
I
animate
said they're
the
good
titties.
looking titties though.
Animated titties.
Yeah.
So you
Animated
painted her
titties.
like some
I s-
Titanic shit.
Yeah, I said I made you purple. Like they're purple titties. Nobody's gonna think they're your real. She
They're
said
gonna
no,
be-
they are based on a true story.
they're
You
gonna be
can't
like-
post
Based
that.
on a
Yeah.
true story.
Yeah, so shout out to
Definitely
my
not.
wife's titties. They're beautiful.
Dude, it's so good to see you guys, man.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, dude. How's y'all's week been, man? Just
Bro,
living?
it's been amazing. I wanted to ask you guys, because we were talking about the restaurant thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Um,
I just saw a beautiful woman.
Did you guys know that there's a place in Vegas, I think it is, and it's called Dick's?
Dick's Last Resort.
Where
where
they're,
they-
it's in San Antonio. They're just bitches to you. They don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. Like, they're just like, oh, you want a water?
Yeah. fucking- Go get it. Go get it yourself, bitch.
See, now if Applebee's or one of these places would lead like that,
Yeah.
then I would respect it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'd never even heard of that before. Have you guys ever been to a place like that?
I've never been to a place like that.
I never got to go. I've heard plenty of stories. They put like a bag on your head with insults. And the only reason I'd really want to go is to, increase my arsenal of, verbal.
Shit talking.
Dude, I'm telling you, because these
I'm
guys.
sure they got some stingers, bro.
Dude, and I'm not just talking about the pre-rolls, bro.
You're
Them
talking about
things-
you love roast battle and the roasts and shit, bro.
Because
Go
there's-
get roasted.
They're like you came here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly right. And
Yeah,
I-
you entered into this.
the best part is like I saw a couple of videos of people posting, and so like let's say this is the napkin, and like the way they set the water down is they literally set it down, slide it, and if it falls, they're just like, oh well, you got to clean it, and they throw the napkins at you, like they literally. I remember one dude, if I'm remembering.
I'd be like, what the?
You fucked up my outfit.
I'm trying to
Should've
remember
worn that shit.
I'm trying to remember what happened. I think some kid or something happened, and they dropped some napkins, and then they were just like, "You're not gonna clean up after your fucking kid," And they're just like, "Well, it's okay." And mind you, it's
Wait,
Dick's
why are
Out.
you bringing a kid to this place?
That's exactly right. And
Oh
so what
my
they
God.
did, so what had happened was, this is what the story I heard somebody had told me because they came back. What happened was is because the kid spilt his napkins, somebody broke out like a leaf blower, and set up like 2 stacks of napkins and just blew it in
Oh
their
my
face.
God.
Yeah, bro.
Made it rain.
Yeah, just made it
napkins and
rain
shit.
napkins. Yeah.
So some people are on that sadomasochist, fucking need a meal late at night kind
Yeah.
of tip.
Bro, I
They're
was
just
listening
like, listen.
to the end bit of Hash Doobies where you guys just where Moses changes the beat and then goes off and then you say a line that mentions a sadomasochist.
On fucking Don't Bring Me Down. That's what it is.
Is that at the end on Don't Bring Me Down? Is that
wait.
I thought it was the very end of Hash Doobies
I
because
don't-
it's a 2-part track.
So no, you if it's a 2-part track on Hash Doobies, it might be a bonus track. That's fucking Don't Bring Me Down.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's where I say that's where I say now I get
It locked
canceled in
into
2021 for this.
you're like locked
I'll
in.
get canceled.
You're like locked in the basement
so
like a
it's-
sadomasochist.
So yeah, I said
something
trap a chick in the
sandwiches.
basement and turn to a sadomasochist. That's a domestication replacer in the establishment. Buck naked making bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwiches.
Bruh, you fucking stay
But-
fucking putting sandwiches in your song.
I love sandwiches, bro. Bro, I love sandwiches. That's my fucking problem.
That's why
That's my problem.
I love
remember-
sandwiches. That's my fucking problem.
bro. I'm telling you, bro. I was door dashing, and then that track had come on, and mind you, I'd heard it a couple times, and that second bit came in, and then I heard the sandwich bar, and I just remember being like, "Man, that man loves a good sandwich."
I do
Yeah.
love
I
a good
mean,
sandwich, man.
loves a
but
good
naked,
but just so
making
you know,
bacon, lettuce, tomato
sandwiches.
sandwiches.
sadomasochist means that I'm the one that's into the pain,
Yeah.
not her. So when I say trap a chick in the basement and turn to a sadomasochist. We down there together. No one's really trapped.
Yeah,
Everything's
yeah.
consensual.
It's Eminem rap.
I did say bitch, not chick. I'll be honest, but
We only call you bitches because we don't know your
Man,
names.
we
know your
individually.
names individually.
Come on, man.
Holla if you hear me.
Cat, dude, we don't call you bitches. 'Cause
So if I know your name, then it's disrespectful.
yeah.
I mean, unless you acting like one. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that goes for both genders.
Yeah. Yo, so listen, I didn't realize that Australian people call each other cunts in a good way.
It's endearing.
I
It's
didn't-
what's saying like UK and shit, bro.
It's a term of endearment.
Yeah, anywhere else in the world, they don't
Why is it
care
so
as much as we care about swearing.
Why is
here.
this so offensive here?
I don't know, man. I just think it has a lot to do with
It cuts deep here.
the way it's said.
It has been used angrily against women here more than it has been used as a term of endearment.
That's
If
true.
we were in a
Okay.
situation where everyone was your cunt, like, oi cunt, like this my cunt right here, bro.
Yo, I sent this dude the track, and he said, "Yo, I'm not gonna do the accent because you're probably gonna listen to this shit." And the second thing he told me
Oi.
was, "We fucking hate it when Americans do our accent
Because they
That's
always
really
get them
bad.
wrong, bro.
So, but he said that track is litty, cunt.
The track is lit. I can't do it.
See,
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna-
want to do it.
The
'cause he-
track is litty, cunt.
Oi,
Yeah.
You cunt?
It's
fucking
litty, cunt.
Yeah,
I tried.
No,
They,
see,
they
I
don't
can't.
like that shrimp on the Barbie shit.
No, that's terrible,
That's
bro.
fucked up. That's fucked
That's
up.
not a knife. Fucking.
That's not a knife.
Can't be doing that.
A knife.
Bro,
fucked up.
but real shit, I want to go to Australia.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely. Just because of the big ass spiders.
Oh God.
They're
I'm
not
just
that
kidding.
big, bro. They're just bigger than what you're used to.
That's that's a big.
People
ass
live
spider.
in Australia just fine. Bro, you know why Australia is so lit like that?
Why?
Do you know how Australia got started?
Yeah, it was a prison island.
Yeah, it was
wasn't
a prison. It was prison fucking island.
Okay, so hold up.
Thursdays on
So-
Fox.
So
bro.
hold up, bring
Prison
me back.
Island.
it?
So
From
the-
Europe, right?
Yeah, so from like the UK and from Europe and that whole area, any piece of shit they didn't want, they sent to the prison colony. And then
Wait, so hold on, bring me back. So there was like nothing on Australia.
Nothing
and
but
then they were just,
kangaroos
like-
and big bugs.
And
bro.
then the UK is like, we conquered this shit. We found this shit. We're about to put some fucking shit here. So they just built up some big ass prisons and shit. And we're like, if we don't like people, we're sending them here.
Yep.
It's like the
Well, it's kind of the same thing with America though, and the Native Americans, because there are Aborigines that are from Australia, like the native people of Australia that were down there. But white people, we come in and we say, "Oh, we're gonna build a jail here."
yeah. We're like, there's a lot of land here. We just got
Yeah.
we need somewhere we can put.
just
Yeah, we
push
can't
these
kill 'em,
kangaroos
okay,
over.
legally.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we got to put them somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So they fucking went there and they built a prison. So it's kind of like the Guantanamo Bay of
Yeah.
like.
So then all these like cutthroat prisoners that are on this like hot island full of bugs and snakes and kangaroos and shit grew into a beautiful people. It's a fucking success story of a lifetime. bro.
Wait,
wow.
wait.
So-
Wait, what?
So the thing is, like I said, the only other people that were in Australia were Aborigines. They were like the Native Americans or Native Australians
Yeah.
of that country, that continent or whatever. And so when we started putting all of our people there, like all the white people that aren't the native people in Australia originate from
Europe.
that prison colony. They
Oh,
originate
sorry.
from Europe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Gotcha,
saying.
gotcha.
Man, that's a trip.
So they're all Europeans that have affected that accent because of the area and generationally have grown.
Accents have always tripped me out, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do trick
Like
me.
just
You
how
know
you
what
how
trips
does it
me out?
change? You move a couple miles in one direction, all of a sudden they're talking different. It's crazy.
You know what trips me out? So like there's rap in other languages. And I've listened to like Spanish rap and I've listened to like Polish rap and Russian rap and stuff like that. When you hear someone rap in another language, it still rhymes.
Yep.
And like the words that I'm hearing when a Spanish rapper is rapping in Spanish rhyme. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so whatever that translated word is, like my word for mansion or whatever it might be, translated into Spanish, rhymes with whatever would rhyme with mansion in English, or does it rhyme with something else?
Yeah.
I think it'd be
Like-
expansion. Like, I mean, if you change expansion into Spanish, so mansion, expansion, and like,
Would
let's,
those be 1-to-1 if you change those both into Spanish? Would those Spanish translations rhyme?
I would like to think so.
I could have asked Google this years ago and just
Yeah.
never
That's
thought
a
of
good
it.
question.
But
See,
That's
I
a
would
really
th-
good question.
I would like
just-
to think so, but I just know that in
that's the
Spanish,
shit that is crazy.
Because sometimes the words are completely different.
exactly, or one word in English doesn't mean the same thing in Spanish.
Yeah.
So what's the Spanish word for blue?
Blue
Azul.
Okay, does
Is
that
is it azul? Okay,
Azul.
so does that rhyme with dos? Because I would be like, I got 2 color blue, so you know whatever, right?
Yeah.
So then it would be like dos, some
Azul.
azul, like
Yeah, right.
Know. So no, the answer would be no
Because
the words
red
don't
is
translate.
rojo, purple is violeta. Shit, what are some other ones?
What's head?
head?
Head, boy.
Head,
Cabeza?
cabeza.
Yeah.
So if you're talking red and
Rojo,
head, do those
cabeza?
rhyme?
Yeah, no, rojo cabeza.
Yeah. So it sounds like a good meal. Like
Cabeza,
I would,
cerveza.
Would you like some rojo cabeza?
yeah.
Would you like some redhead? Hell yeah.
Yes, does carpet match the drapes?
Bro, because I love me some fucking Spanish food.
Bro, it's fire. It's fire. Especially like I was talking about with this earlier with you guys about how like in Texas, if you go to a restaurant, you're typically gonna run into Tex-Mex. Now, if you want authenticity, you're gonna hit the trucks.
You know, truck.
You
Yeah,
definitely
truck
wanna go
has
to
the
truck.
authenticity.
Really?
It's got everything.
It's the same in Cali for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, the trucks. You know who does the trucks too is Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
Shout out to Oregon, bro. Like,
Portland, Oregon is like food truck central.
remember
It's just
we were
because
at
property taxes for having a storefront are crazy. So you just set up a truck, bro.
we were at Ivan's
This
and
is true.
we literally were like, oh, he's like, oh, we can just walk to breakfast.
Yeah, when you're
And we just walked like 5 blocks. And Portland is so cool because you're just walking past all these houses and everybody's just like hippie. Like all the old people, they just have these gardens and like things that like you're walking past people's houses and it's just gorgeous. Like you're just like, this is so creative. and
Portland is
cool.
kind of like a pocket though, like Spokane. Like everyone's like real hippie and liberal and stuff like that. But in Oregon specifically, Portland is surrounded by just like a lot of like bumpkin and you know country folk, bro.
Which is good. I like
So
it. You
it's
gotta
a
have.
nice, it's a nice mix. But
When
there's
were you there?
And this was what 2013, 14.
So
14
imagine what it
probably.
looks like now that everything's legal.
Everything's legal.
Everything.
everything's legal.
Everything.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
Portland is a beautiful place, man. John hasn't seen Portland. He hasn't seen Seattle.
Keep
and
Portland
I'm
weird.
excited.
Yeah, we
to,
gotta take a trip to Portland,
saw-
bro.
I
It's
s-
6
I saw a
hours away.
couple- saw a couple pictures. I think Cody had posted something on his story. Seattle looked beautiful today,
Mm-hmm.
but I hear the drive through
It's
is
not.
is
Yeah,
not.
the pass is crazy.
See, I love that you call it the pass.
The pass, bro.
Like everybody at work today, like I checked out probably 4 or 5 folks who were like, "Yeah, I'm going to Seattle tonight," and every single one of them was like, "The pass,
The pass.
is no joke."
Yeah.
And so I'm just thinking to myself, like, why the fuck are you going?
Bro,
you know what I
I've
mean?
spun out on the pass. I was in the car with my sister in like a little like 85 BMW that she had, and she was so stoked because she got a BMW, but it was like an 85, and it was a piece of shit. Yo, it was classic, bro. But it needed work. But yeah, we were going over the pass to go to Seattle, and the shit spun out, and like I shit you not, we are facing like a wall of oncoming headlights because we were spun around 180,
And it
looking
was in a-
back at all the people
And it
behind
was
us.
dark.
Yeah.
Holy
So I just
highway?
see a row of headlights. Yeah, bro. We're at the top of the pass.
60 or 70.
Yeah, we literally had to like drive off an on ramp that just so happened to be there. But if there
Oh.
was not an on ramp that was there that we could have gone backwards down to get off that shit,
Someone would have had to swerve.
bro, we would have.
It would have probably cost some. Damn.
It would have been nuts.
Yo, vehicles
The pass is
are
no joke.
You just gotta be safe in your car.
You know what's
Portland's
a-
a little easier because to get to Portland, it's mostly flat land. There's no like mountain range that you really have to go through or anything.
Gotcha.
But we should definitely. I mean, while you're here, we should try to plan a little trip, bro. We on the way down there, you pass through this place called Multnomah Falls. It's like one of the largest waterfalls in the area. It's huge, bro. We hiked up to it. My wife, when we were pregnant with our first child, bro, she was like 7 months pregnant or something
And
stupid.
she hiked.
We hiked to the fucking it's
You dated a superwoman,
Bro.
That's insane.
bro. Her first pregnancy, she worked 50 hours a week on her feet all day, bro. She was working overtime to stack sick leave so she could take time. She's a fucking superhero.
No wonder she can deal with your ass.
Yeah, I
dog.
know, right? I know. She's been carrying me for years, bro. But yeah, we hiked. We started the hike, and it was like, oh yeah, it's a 1.5 mile hike, but we didn't realize it was 1.5 miles to the top, so it's
And then
3 miles
1.5
total.
Yep.
And when you're that fucking pregnant, bro, oh my god, like she was
that's
having,
insane.
but we made it to the top, and it was fucking beautiful.
How was the snow? Because yesterday I almost ran into a bit of issue when that snow dropped with my vehicle. How did
Yeah.
it treat y'all?
I didn't go anywhere
Did
yesterday.
you go anywhere?
No,
I
stayed home.
literally drove and was going to take a right, and I just kept going.
Yeah, so
know
the
what I'm
universe
saying?
had other plans for you.
You literally
bro.
turn your wheel, and it's like,
Nope.
When you hear your brake go,
You
like
said,
they're just
okay,
like,
that's the break. Just saying, nah, bro.
yeah.
Dude, I
Nah.
was driving up Monroe. I got up really early, and I was driving up Monroe, bro.
Monroe, bro.
And I'm getting up, and you know that hill that gets you up there, you
Oh, yeah.
know? And I'm driving up, and about halfway up there, dude, there are 2 cars. One in the center medium, couldn't go up any further, so he's parked, just didn't park.
Oh, so this was up Monroe, what you were telling me
yeah,
yesterday.
yeah.
Like passing zips,
Like
skippers,
past zips,
going up.
and it's right up. So I'm going up, and I'm about to make this right. As soon as I make that right, there's that neighborhood right there on the right side.
Yep.
There was another car blocking that entrance off because he couldn't go any further, and there was another truck like right there. And then here I am, and I'm going up, and right about this point, I pass the truck. My whole ass end starts to, and I'm
Do a
like,
little wiggle.
and there's like 5 cars behind me, and I'm like, shit. And first thing I did was just lightly press on the brakes. So I pressed brakes. I got to stop, and then I slid back a little bit, and I'm like, fuck. I stopped, pop it in first, and I just inch my way up.
Yeah.
There was somebody behind you?
Do that
5 cars behind me.
Oh.
And I got a $500 deductible. I do not want these problems.
No,
You know what I mean?
bro.
Yeah, it's like, well, hey, if you slide back and hit somebody, I'm like, hey, if I get, anytime I get rear-ended, I know it's the person behind me's fault, motherfucker.
Right.
So this isn't me, okay?
Yeah. Watch them have a GoPro.
And is that like, is
Fuckers.
is that
have
a
a dash
natural
cam.
disaster? Like if I'm trying to drive, like
Act of God.
where does that land?
Yeah,
Yeah, like
right.
come on, man. I was trying to drive up, my wheels
Just
had different
Can't turn
plans.
off.
Those idiots, they'll be like, you should have got snow tires.
Should have got
buddy.
snow tires,
Should
bro.
have got snow tires. I know
That's why I didn't go nowhere yesterday. I need tires.
I
man.
know.
Bro, if
I
I'm
got
behind
the
somebody-
Jeep, but it got bald. Fucking
If I'm
tires on it.
anywhere, if I'm in Seattle or Spokane and I'm behind somebody and they're on an icy hill and I see the license plate says Texas, I'm getting the fuck out
Getting
the
the
way.
fuck out the way. This guy is not
See-
experienced. He
See,
does
that's
not
crazy.
know.
Is my dad, and I thank God for my dad every day, bro. He has taught me how to drive in the snow, without snow. He's taught me how to prep for freezes. He's taught me. So when people always talk about like, man, us Texans, it's like I don't think it has to do with Texas per se. I just think
No,
y'all
you're
just
probably
had a,
better trained than most people in Spokane.
yeah. It's like you have a lackluster. Well, not you, like, because again, some parents, again, they're just like, no, babe, I'll take care of it. Like I love you, don't worry about it. But my dad really, he showed me the ropes because he was never home.
Yeah.
He was just like, look, it's gonna freeze. If it ever freezes, go cover the garden with shit. Keep the pipe. And so, fortunately, when I ran into that issue, I knew how to. Don't get me wrong, I damn near had an anxiety attack.
No,
Sure.
me too.
But you
I
had
would
the
have
skills to
yeah,
get
would
through
too, Yeah.
But I was
I've been in
like,
situations like that where you're like, oh fuck.
but then I hear Cody's stories, and that fool's fucking hit people. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Have you guys been in accidents before?
I've been in accidents.
Yeah, I've been in a couple.
I've never really been in an accident.
Thank
before.
God bless you, bro.
I haven't been in like serious accidents, and the vast majority of ones that I've been in, I can remember I got in an accident with, I want to say it was Caleb Williams and that girl Kelsey when we were knocking doors years ago. We were in a car, and someone rear-ended us going like fast, bro. Like I got some whiplash off that shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
How old were you?
we were out. Fuck, bro. I was probably like early 20s. But we were out knocking in the middle of fucking nowhere. Nobody was around. The guy was just like, I don't have insurance. Can we just settle this? And like Kelsey was driving. I think him and Kelsey made a deal where he just like handed her like $150 or something and drove off. It was just a quick like, I'll give you everything that's in my wallet and we'll just
I
call
take
it a
it
day.
back. I think I had one of those situations too.
So that happens.
I've had a couple.
I had one of those times years ago. I was at the light coming down Division, Taco Time's to my left, Northtown Mall's right there. So like right at Vista or whatever it is. I can't remember what that road is called. But it's right by your house.
Queen?
Yeah, well, it might be Queen. So it's that light. It's that light. And I was in the lane to keep going down Division, and I wasn't really paying a whole lot of attention to my surroundings. And this is the one and only time I had an accident like that. The light to turn left went green, and I just saw green at the
So
corner
you
of my
went-
eye.
Because we've
And-
all nudged a little bit in
And
that
I-
situation.
And I let off the brake, a little bit too hard, and I tapped the lady in front of me, and she was a mean lady about it. I won't call her what I want to call her because it
Bitch.
was my fault.
Hey,
but she
hey,
was
lady,
not
what
nice.
was she driving?
She was driving like a RAV4 or something.
RAV4, lady, you're a bitch.
But so
Mike ain't gonna
That's
say
some
it.
making a murderer
She
shit.
I'll say it.
immediately gets out of the car, and I had already like backed up to look and see if there was damage. I got out of the car too. She was, "What the fuck is your problem?" I said, "I'm so sorry. I thought the light was green. I'm so sorry. It doesn't look like there's any damage, but I'm so sorry." And she came around and literally like stared at her bumper for a full 5 minutes to make sure there was no damage to it.
course she did.
And then she looked at me. She's like, "Watch where you're fucking going."
And then drove
And then
off.
she just got in her car and like peeled out.
Dude,
Thank
that's so
God.
funny. I think I know what lady you're talking about. I ran into her. I was driving
I
home.
bumped her to bumper.
I was driving home from work, and I'm coming to a light, and it's red. And as I'm slowing down, I'm just looking at my phone because I'm, either picking a song or on Snapchat. And out of nowhere, I hear through my window, "Get the fuck off your phone."
Oh, people in Spokane, I've gotten a few of those too.
Dog, I look over at this lady and I'm like, "Ma'am, we're at a red light." And she goes, "That doesn't matter. You could put somebody in harm's way." And I dead ass rolled down my window and I said, "Who hurt you?
Who hurt you?
Who hurt
John,
you?"
you're so delicate. Because I swear, if you catch me like that, I would say, "Fuck you, bitch." I swear, I look her right in the eyes and say, "Fuck you." I want to just
Dog,
like,
I literally said, "Who hurt you?"
That's
And,
a fucking-
and then she goes, "Just put your phone away." And I was like, "I already did."
You
And
got
that-
tinted windows?
No.
See, that's the fucking problem.
It's
These
an
people
aquarium.
don't mind their goddamn business.
See, gotta have
You're a
the tinted
fish in a
windows.
fish tank in that bitch.
I
Yeah,
love
it's
that
true.
you say that. I remember one time I was getting, and then, she goes, "We're in a fish tank." You know that? Like, everybody can see. And I was like, when did that matter? People watch porno all the time. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of thing. But I do want to tell y'all
Natural.
one story about a crash I had in high school. This dude I knew drove a old school manual little Toyota stick shift, right? We're at Freddy's, the spot where everybody who smoked cigarettes underage would go,
Yeah.
So we're up there at this corner store. We're in there. Mind you, nobody's eating a healthy lunch. We're all eating ice cream.
Of
It is
course.
what it is. And he goes, Austin and him are talking amongst themselves. And the dude goes, "Yeah, man, my Toyota, maybe fucking old, but it's got so much fucking power, bro. Fucking goes. Just second, third gear goes."
Goes, bro.
And so Austin's like, "Fuck yeah, I believe you, bro. Yeah, I believe you. I've seen you whip it, And so I think it was Jazz, Austin. I think his name was Kyle. I didn't know him too well, but then it
sounds
was
like
me.
his name was Kyle based on the accent.
So he, it's either that or Dylan. And so like,
Dylan.
Yo, Chad, bro.
for bro, and fucking, I'm telling you, bro. So Austin, and it starts to rain, right? It's starting to rain, so the roads are starting to get a little slick, and we got to walk back to the school. So he's like, "Fuck it, man. We got about 10 minutes. There's this little hill that we can go, and I'll show you how fast this thing goes." So me, Jazz, Austin, and Kyle all hop in the car, and we're driving. We drive past the school. Got about 10 minutes left. There's this hill. We're at the bottom of the hill in a neighborhood. This is the middle of a fucking neighborhood. Now, it's a straight road, and then it goes up a hill. When you get to the top of that hill, it cuts right. Mind you, it's still raining.
God didn't cut right.
He puts it in first, and we're going 10, 20, 25,
No.
30. Shifts it into second. Mind you, the car's still running real nice. We're getting up this hill. Pumps it to third. We're going about 50, 60 miles down this road. We get to the top of this hill, airborne. We
Yeah,
literally
of course.
catch air.
Them Duke
And
boys.
then, dude, we land, and then there's that turn. It just rained, bro. You're not turning.
You're not making that turn, bro.
Dude, he brakes. We scur through somebody's front yard. I mean, dead ass. Just into their yard, across their driveway, into a hedge. Just boom. And we hit this thing hard, bro. And mind you, when we hit, the ass end lifts and drops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm in the back passenger. Jazz is in the left seat. Austin's in the front, and Kyle's driving. As soon as we hit this thing, Austin turns, because he's a firefighter, so he turns around and he's like, "Is everybody okay? We're fine." And we're like, "Oh yeah, everybody's fine." We have to pull this bitch out, bro. This whole car, like, we pull out. When we start driving, it's just
Yeah, it's not
The
happening.
whole-
So did they come out, and or was no one home? Y'all
they weren't home. He ended up calling the police and his dad. They show up. The dad, a dad, disappointed.
So disappointed.
Just not a word came from his mouth. The only thing that said was, "Get your ass to school." That
Yeah.
was it. And so we get,
Oh.
and mind you, it's like a mile to the
I
school.
can't wait to be that way to somebody.
So we're
Right.
driving this mile, going 10 miles an hour.
just wobbling.
I remember, I think it was Kyle. I'm pretty sure it was Kyle, but he looked at all of us and he was like, "I'm so sorry." And then we all apologized, like, "No, I'm sorry. We talked it up to make you think you had to show us." You know what I mean?
bro. It didn't have
Like,
to happen like
It
this.
didn't have to happen like this. But
Bro,
at the
we
same
used
time, he
to-
came back with a nice car. So, I mean, hey, worked out.
We used to, back in the day, I lived out in Otis Orchards, which is like out in the country by state line. There's a lot of train tracks out there. And so on these side roads, the train tracks would be raised from the road. So it'd be
I
like,
know what you're talking
like
about.
a big, yeah. So we used to jump the train tracks out there. So
With what?
Your car? Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah. my buddy Schwann.
White
he-
people.
He would borrow his girlfriend's car at the time. They're not together anymore, of course.
Obviously.
But, yeah.
Everybody had a
like,
reckless
bro,
friend named Schwann.
I don't even remember what kind of car it was. It was like a white sedan. It was like a 4-door sedan. It was like a fucking like a Aries K or some shit. It was like a Plymouth fucking like
Wow.
Yeah,
They
bro.
don't even make those anymore.
Yeah, it was old.
Wow.
And so it was a beast though. So we would drive out and just long straight roads before you get to it. So he would get up to like 50, 60 miles an hour and we'd hit the fucking the train tracks like fucking Dukes of Hazzard and catch some air and land. And we used to do it all the fucking time. We did it like 10 or 15 times at least this one summer when he was living out there and she had that car. And the very last time we did it, because we didn't have a car to do it after that,
Right.
we came down nose first and the car ended up like the front of it was tipped up and where we were at in the car was like up. So when the car landed on its back wheel, like it was not right. It was fucked.
The car was done.
And whose car was that?
His girlfriend's car.
Oh, Schwann.
Yep.
Shout out
reckless
to
Schwann, dude.
shout out
Sean,
to
bro.
anybody. If your girlfriend lets you do reckless shit in your car, let alone if your girlfriend lets you drive your car, like, and you don't have one, you gotta.
And when he says "let's," that means you did it and you still with her afterwards.
Yeah,
That's what that means.
right.
Like it's still okay.
You
She
know what I'm
forgave-
saying?
She
Like,
kind of looks at you sometimes like,
So
fucking
what we
idiot.
used to do is we used to hit
But
this
she
shit
loves
called
you.
the dip. We hit the dip.
And you ain't talking like tobacco.
And I'm not talking fucking buying Bitcoin when it drops.
no wintergreen skull.
I'm not talking about buying the dip. Okay, get off fucking Twitter for a
GME
second.
hit again, bro. The thing that they said couldn't happen.
We would have this fucking hill, right, that you could go and it would just dip. It would just
Yeah.
fucking dip,
Yeah.
right? And it said dip right in front
Dip.
of it, right? So we'd get Slurpees and see if we could get the Slurpee to elevate out of the cup with the dip, with the dip. So we would fucking just hit that bitch and just kind of like, oh, it moved. It was like the
you guys
Ouija
want to
board.
go slurp the dip?
Yeah,
You
dude.
get the
and
butterflies in your stomach too. On
that was the
dip.
type of shit that just that was fun, man.
Yeah.
Yo, car accidents, all that stuff. It's all fun memories.
It's all yeah.
Especially when it's Sean's girlfriend's car. Like, god damn, dude.
Yeah, that's fine.
Dude, one thing I wanted to make sure we talk about is this Bruno Mars Anderson .Paak
Oh my
fucking
God.
How
collab.
crazy
What's it
is
called?
that?
It's called Silk Sonic.
Yeah, Silk Sonic.
Silk
And it's hosted by Bootsy Collins.
Yep.
Wait, so this is an album?
It's an
Yes.
album. Yep. And can I be honest with you, man? Like, it almost, to me personally, it's unfair. It's unfair in the sense of I got to watch them blossom. Like,
Yeah.
I was the first one in line at FYE to buy Doo-Wops and Hooligans, Bruno's first album.
Yeah. Bruno's sick, bro.
He's
I think he's
every song he's dropped is just a hit. You could literally put play on his not even his essentials, just all music.
He's
and
sick,
He's
bro.
just good. Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
Since he was Breezy Lovejoy.
Pack's the same way.
So is it Pack or Pac?
Pac.
Pac?
Pac.
He's Pac?
Well,
I always said
no,
Pac.
it's Pac. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Pac.
said Pac.
Yeah, Anderson
Is it
.Paak.
Pac?
Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
And when did you guys start listening to Anderson .Paak?
So I started listening to him. First thing I heard was Malibu. Obviously, that's just
2016.
that was my introduction to him. And then I went back and listened to Venice. Is it called?
Venice, that is correct.
That's the one before that. The Breezy Lovejoy shit. The only Breezy Lovejoy I've heard has been with Wax. Isn't
that
it?
one
Yep.
song?
And there's a couple other songs that I've heard from back in that era, but it's just that stuff isn't for me,
Dude,
man.
that song, it's called Summertime. I'm gonna look it up real quick, but it's called Summertime, and it is.
Isn't Dummy on that too?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's so Wax.
Talking about Dumbfounded?
Yeah, Dumbfounded.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
it's Wax. Let me go Breezy. It's Summertime.
Breezy Lovejoy's got an album called Volume 1.
Yeah, put me on because I haven't heard
He has
anything
an
besides
album where
this.
he does covers of other songs.
Yep.
Have you heard that?
Mhm,
So
yeah.
that I kind of fuck with a couple of the covers on there.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that. I had to find that on a Bandcamp somewhere.
That's
bro.
exactly right.
Yeah.
It was back when he was an OG, bro. Like just a kid. He had these long dreads, and
Yep.
I just remember it was 2000.
He had dreads.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Childish Gambino though, because
Same.
I was listening to like Cul-de-sac and
Yep.
and I Do Not Talk. I'm just a rapper.
I've
and, like,
shared
all that
so
shit.
much stuff about Childish Gambino, and I'll be like, "Who fucks with this?" You are one, if not the only person who will be like, "Oh, I know what you're listening."
Yeah, I still feel like Cul-de-sac is like just his best album for me at least.
Yeah, bro, because
It's-
it was so
Which one?
pure.
Cul-de-sac.
Who we
It's,
talking about?
Childish Gambino.
Oh, yeah.
Dong Lover.
Oh,
But yeah, Camp. A lot of people got introduced to him on that, and he still kind of had some of that cul-de-sac
Dog,
style.
I literally
fuck with his
listened-
new shit too.
I
Like
listened to Camp, and when it came out, I didn't fucking get it.
No, yeah, because
I didn't get it. I remember there was a bunch
If
of
you
shit
would have
dropping.
heard cul-de-sac, you would have got Camp, but I'm not like a big fan of Camp.
I didn't
at all.
get. I didn't get
Camp has like 3 songs.
It came on, and I was like, it was. I remember it was 2011, and there was a bunch of songs that were trending. I was driving from New Jersey to Washington, and I was just grabbing all the most popular shit. I just wanted to listen to the most poppin' shit at that time, and Camp was on that. I didn't know who Childish Gambino was. This is a completely unknown artist to me, and I was just like, okay, I'll get this, and I just thought that it was fucking weird.
Yeah,
It was just like,
Camp's got a
I just didn't like it. I
My
was just
wife
like-
knows like every word to
Have
that
you
album. She
heard-
sings that
Really?
fucking shit?
Have you
Literally,
heard
just-
because
So maybe it's just one of those acquired.
Yeah.
You have to listen and like,
But that's
kinda
my
grow.
thing. Like, I didn't really like Because of the Internet. I like Sweatpants.
See, that's so funny you say that.
Sweatpants is great.
Sweatpants, I like 3005.
They're
Because
great
those
song,
because those are poppy hip hop, you know, like that's the generic what you would expect from a song.
Yeah.
You know, it's got a verse, it's got a chorus, it's got a verse, it's got a chorus. While the collective work of Because of the Internet almost feels like it's a giant interlude in a transition of time.
I
Like
feel you.
it's kind of like the what's the album? What's Kanye's album? The album that really it has Black Skinhead on it.
Oh, was it Yeezus?
Yeezus,
Yeah.
yes. So you know what Yeezus was. Now take Because of the Internet and times it times 50.
I feel
Not
that.
to say that they're the same because obviously it's Kanye, but what I'm saying is that album had such a unique presentation that not everybody got it. Now I think the people that got it, and you know, not to say that we're not weird and misunderstood, but Childish Gambino has always had a really interesting persona, like who he is, and I think a lot of people can relate to it, and that's the type of demographic he aimed, kind of like what
Because
Tyler the
Internet
Creator
seemed
did.
more like a Frank Ocean album. Like
I feel
almost.
that.
It's kind of had like Frank Ocean vibes to me. But like I don't know. I guess I've never really known what I want. I like it when Donald raps. I like his new shit like Redbone and stuff too. But like I don't know. I hated on Royalty for so long just because it was such a different thing than what he'd done before. But I go back and look at that now. Like he's got Danny Brown on there before people knew about Danny Brown and Schoolboy and fucking who am I trying to think of right now? Who's the other? Absol.
Absol, yeah. Absol.
Yeah, fucking Danny Brown rapping to a Britney Spears beat on that shit. Like,
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro. Like
bro.
Childish Gambino's always had a very unique way of going about it, and that's kind of. But let me tell you, Because the Internet took me a while. It dropped in 13. I didn't pick it up till about 15.
Yeah.
So it took a couple years. But I'm not gonna lie to you, Childish Gambino, Because of the Internet album, just like acid rap.
Dana P.
oh, acid
Fire.
rap. Oh man,
Yeah.
Chance has not topped acid rap yet.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is I respect a Chance. Congrats
Boy,
what you
trying
did
too hard,
in
man.
industry plant.
Industry.
But
industry
but I
ficus.
will admit it's just like he's progressively declined. If that makes
Yeah.
sense. It's just I mean, don't get me wrong, I can appreciate what he's trying to get back to.
I did like his. Did you watch his Christmas special?
No.
Chance the Rapper put out a Christmas special where he was rapping like a bunch of his Christmas album that he did with Jeremiah.
Yeah.
But he was doing it like he started out in a replica set from Fresh Prince and like did some like Will Smith Fresh Prince shit. He spoofed a bunch of like classic sitcoms and stuff, and it was super dope, bro. He did it all in like one take where he's going through different rooms of this house and they're decorated like different things.
Okay,
and
you
shit.
guys are all over. Listen,
So anyways, back to
I
Pat.
want,
yeah.
I want to hone
Sorry.
this back to Pac real
Back to
quick.
Pac.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
want to bring this back to the original, because for me that Malibu album,
Malibu is one of
bro,
my top 10
from
albums
start-
of
that
life,
might be
bro.
one of the best albums I've ever heard.
Exactly. It's in my
hip-hop.
top 10, easy.
Yeah.
You never heard somebody with
Best
so
albums,
much.
period, not just hip hop.
Because I'll be honest, man. When we're talking Donald Glover and we're talking Anderson .Paak, I feel really
Two
don't-
different worlds.
I really don't.
Two-
Honestly, I don't even feel like there's a competition music
Well,
wise.
it's
No,
two different
there
worlds.
isn't.
You know,
There
like Donald Glover's great. I think he's cool. I think he's a good
See,
actor
and-
too. I love Atlanta. That's like one of
Yeah.
my
Well,
favorite
we
sitcoms
just got on that.
too.
I know John knows a lot about it, so I just kind of had to, pick
And
his
So,
brain.
but
and I'll tell you a lot, man. It's funny because I agree with you entirely. Anderson .Paak, unfortunately, is not as big as Childish Gambino, but the
I don't
music-
debatable.
know
These
now.
days, that's debatable.
Now he might be.
Let me tell you. You go to up to anybody.
Who's got more Instagram followers?
Childish Gambino?
Let's
You
see.
think so? Check it out.
Period.
Fact check
Oh,
it.
okay.
And he's got probably 2
Fact
posts.
check. Fact
And
check
Anderson
it.
.Paak posts every day. And I guarantee you Childish Gambino got way more.
All right,
posts.
we're gonna find out right now.
Put it on everything.
Childish.
I like when Anderson.
So he's got
was-
3 million. That's gonna be a lot
Oh,
to beat.
shit,
That's
yeah.
gonna be a lot to beat.
I like when Pac was doing his Instagram is like a big mural where all the pictures
I did
connected
like
and
that.
shit.
But then everybody started doing it, so he's like, I gotta
Yeah.
stop.
But his was the most creative one I've ever seen. Like the editing on that was fucking
2
crazy.
million. Got him
I'm
by
telling
a
you,
milli.
the
It's
only-
just one
Still,
when you put your,
for the amount of time that Childish Gambino's been out,
Been
and the
around.
amount of time and the amount of things he's done,
that's pretty.
Absolutely.
and the
Yeah.
amount of time that Anderson .Paak's been out and has not been in no movies,
Yeah.
to you
That's
know
what I'm
I'm
saying.
to have 2 million.
I'll tell
I
you.
feel like the growth is at a higher rate. Because who the fuck else can drum and rap like
But can I
that?
tell you something?
I'll tell you.
That Dr. Dre cosign
did everything, bro. All that Compton shit.
It's all the Compton stuff. It's the Hennessy. It's all that. While Childish, I'm not trying to take away from any of them, but it's just Childish. He's a writer. He's an actor. He's a singer. He's a rapper. Like he just.
Bro, the man did a tour where he opened
Unbelievable.
for himself as a comedian. He did a 45-minute comedian set, went backstage, changed clothes, came out, did a Childish Gambino set.
That's amazing.
Bro, what is
Dude,
that?
He just rust a set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like,
But
yeah,
okay,
you
so
know?
so no, Pac. You said Pac ain't been in no movies, man. I gotta tell you, I'm a parent, so I know this. Pac has been in a little gem called Trolls World Tour.
Oh, that's
For
right. He
real?
has been in
He
Trolls.
played, he played a troll, and they let him sing a song to the other trolls about how the music industry has consistently stolen and gentrified black music since the dawn of time.
What the fuck?
They
That's
let him,
amazing.
They let him spit game as a troll to break down how fucked the music industry has been and how they've consistently like siphoned music and stole from black artists.
Yeah, they would do that on the movie that nobody would watch.
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, I
Ain't that
had to
so funny?
post it. I saw him. I was like, Anderson .Paak is spitting game right now
That's
as a
sick.
troll. Letting these kids know.
Did they kind of like make the troll look like him?
Yeah, a little bit.
They probably
a
gave
little
him a
bit.
smile.
A little bit. I love it when kids shows do that. Fucking, my daughter watches Teen Titans Go, a little superhero show for kids. They just had De La Soul on there because
wow.
De La Soul is in a fight with their like
love De
whoever
La
holds
Soul.
the rights to
Love
their
De La
music. You
Soul.
can't listen to De La on Spotify and shit because they don't get paid for it. So they say don't stream our music, don't play our music because this record company Tommy Boy owns it. They were on the cartoon to fight this alien with the superheroes. This alien stole all their music and shit. So they're like
So-
explaining to kids like, hey, record, rule number 3080, record companies are shady or whatever.
Well, just protect your stuff. People
Yeah.
are shady.
yeah.
People will try to take your stuff. People will try to take your jokes. People will try to take your ideas. People will try to take your music. And we don't look at contracts before we sign them. We have to sit here, get a lawyer. That's, when you're a rapper or
Money sounds good, fame sounds good.
this is better than anything that you've ever done. I've been doing shows for pizza slices. What the fuck are you talking about? You're gonna give me real money? Shit.
I had this a gem for anybody that wants to turn it into a track. I know I said I'm on my dad shit and I've been talking about cartoons, but this is some deep shit. Check this out. So my daughter was watching The Little Mermaid the other day.
Ooh.
So think about this, bro. That the mermaid Ariel, she goes to the sea witch Ursula. Ursula offers her a contract. What is that contract? I own your voice. I own your voice. I own everything that comes out your mouth. But I'm gonna give you legs so you can go see how far you can get out there. That music contract,
Wow.
that deal that you get, that's a Ursula deal, bro.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I own your voice, but I'll give you legs.
Yeah.
You
You can see the world. But
that's a
everything
track.
you
That's a
create-
song. That's an idea. That's a metaphor. And I just I had it pop into my head while
I'm stealing it.
I was like, whoa, bro.
I'm stealing it from you.
That's the whole music industry right there. I own your voice. I'll give you legs.
I own your voice. I'll give
What
you
a
legs.
trip,
Isn't that
dude.
insane?
How you just made that all make sense.
Yeah.
Because that's a perfect analogy.
I felt like I had the biggest brain in that moment.
You know, it's I don't know if they do it on purpose or if it's just our brain's way of finding a way to relate the things together and find that analogy that
Right.
perfectly describes that. But that right there, seriously, like I'm gonna take your voice, so everything that you do, I'm gonna get that.
I own that.
But I'm gonna give you something you don't have.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna help you get far.
but
I'm gonna help
that's
people
also
see
gonna-
you.
but
You can
that-
go out there
But
and
that's also gonna help me.
yeah,
Right.
That's the other thing, is that everything comes back to me. But that's what you don't know.
yeah, bro.
So that's the trip, bro, is that people create illusions and but yeah, dude, I'm just excited for great music. Anderson.
Didn't y'all drop something?
yeah, we
I know
did
we talking
drop
about
something.
Pac, bro, but
We
what
did
dropped
drop something.
today?
We did drop something, man.
We did.
We got this little joint.
Yeah.
It's actually John's joint. So
Little-
we should let him talk
John's
about
John?
it.
Yeah, dude. So it's a couple weeks ago.
Why don't you just break down like from the beginning, like just how you wrote it, how it came.
By all means. Basically, long story short, things had happened in early January. And I feel like, just like for everybody, New Year's, COVID, all this stuff's kind of thrown some wrenches. And I wound up, having to quarantine, and I spent a lot of time just quarantining. Came out of the quarantine, unemployed, looking for work, but it took time. So I just wrote. I wrote a lot, a lot. And during that time of writing, I'd listen to some beats and, kind of get an idea. And then Hunger Force Beats, man. These guys just have a West Coast bouncy. I mean, I wrote a song called Liner to it and to their beats, and they just have a good way of carrying. And I remember the moment I heard the beat, like not even within 5-10 minutes, just the hook came to me. Catch me in the back, cooling off, popping air.
So you're just chilling at the house,
Literally just chilling at the house, bro, in my room. The beat comes on. I think I was sober too. I hadn't smoked, no nothing, and that beat came on, and I was like, boom, and I was like, oh shit. And then, I'm just like, I knew that it had that kind of like, I don't give a fuck. Shit, I've been there, done that. And so that's the kind of vibe I went with it. And I ended up writing that hook in just a couple minutes.
So what, do you get the lyrics based off the vibe?
Yeah, absolutely.
So how it makes you feel, that's where you pull, whether it's going to be like a throw, because that strikes me as like the old school cats are going to appreciate that.
Oh yeah, and I mean it's totally got the sleek Cadillac summer spring day. While it's like 5, maybe 4 p.m., sun's going down, got something burning, and it's literally just that you hear those horns and you hear the guitar and that bass lick. It's just like, this is nasty.
So you get the feeling, and then you were like, okay, and this is how it's making me feel, and that's where that expression of, this is how I'm feeling while I'm listening to this beat, is where those lyrics come from.
Absolutely. And then the delivery too, because I was like, catch me in the back, cooling off, popping ew.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
love that.
You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not trying to, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm literally just, I can't always be good.
You can really feel it, and that's why I appreciate your music so much, is because the feeling translates through, when you're listening to the beat, and then it makes you feel some type of way, which then allows you to reach in yourself and then bring these lyrics out. But then how you're delivering it is translating through, so that way it's making me feel.
See, and that's what's crazy to me is, a lot of the times when I throw together a demo, I'm always a little nervous to show it. Like, I sent Mike 2 demo tracks.
Yeah.
And I remember, because like I said, they're just demos. What I tend to do is I write a hook and I write a first verse, and then it's a demo. And I save the second verse for if I want to use it for an album or a mixtape, and then I'll write the second verse. So I wrote that demo, and I remember, you were blitzkrieged. I remember you was gone, my guy. And I was like, hey, Change, man, I know it's a little late, but you want to listen to this? And I just remember, playing it for you. My heart beating a little bit, like, I hope he likes it, kind of like. And just, I remember the way your head nodded. Like, you were just like, and then, kind of like you sucking on a sour lemon, just.
Because I really was like,
Face.
honestly, I remember being in that headspace at that time, like, man, this guy wants to show me a song real quick. I'm just kind of tired, man. Like, I'm going to listen to it, of course, but like, fuck, man. I'm like,
It's not
and
primed.
then pulling me from that to like,
Oh.
and also my whole mood changed. I went to bed like,
That's always a crazy feeling, bro. When you have that spark and you do something and you're like, oh man, I gotta show this to somebody.
Oh, dude.
That first person you show it to. I sent you those bars that I did that I actually
Yeah, bro.
recorded and shit. I was just like, man, you just record something and you're like, I know nobody's supposed to hear this yet, but I gotta play this.
I gotta play for somebody.
For
I gotta
somebody.
hear someone's reaction.
everybody has like a somebody they send it to.
Yeah.
And what hurts me the most is, like, you guys know, you write a song to yourself that's not been released, not even a video on Instagram, no nothing, and it's so good, you're like, oh man, who could I show this to? And so, to be able to send you 2 demos, right, in balance, I just remember being like, oh, I think these are going to fit perfectly into your hands.
Oh.
And I hope, whichever one you pick, I
can't wait, bro.
yeah, bro, because again, I write the demos and they come to me organically. I never force anything. I hate forcing shit. Like, if
It can't come from that.
and on top of that, like, I don't like, and no offense to anybody who does this, like, I don't like, hey, let's just go to the studio at 7 at night. We'll see what's popping. It's like,
Nah.
don't get me wrong. you can do that.
I like to go to the studio with purpose, man.
Exactly. Like, I like to know what I already did. And I remember when I was a kid, man, this dude had told me, I was like, do you like Fall Out Boy or Panic at the Disco? And he goes, I'll go Fall Out Boy. The only reason is because Panic at the Disco just goes into the studio and they just chill and hope creativeness hits them. And then I'm just kind of like, but to me, Panic at the Disco is more creative.
Right? Well,
That is more creative.
There's merit to both, man. It depends on what environment you work best in.
Right.
Yeah, if you like to write it at home or wherever and then bring it somewhere.
I like it to just hit me.
These guys like to just write it in the studio.
Which is crazy.
I know a lot of people, because this is the other thing. These guys aren't worried about paying by the hour.
Yeah.
They're like, I got a day.
My mentality comes from my wallet too.
Exactly.
I would say, bro.
So I'm in the studio chilling. Like, imagine if you had a studio at your house. You're not
Right.
you're
Yeah.
not paying anybody,
You're not
and you're just
stressing.
sitting in there, and you got an engineer in there that's just like, bro, I'm down to chill. What's up? I'm down to, like, yeah, just write a hook, write a verse, go on there, lay a couple things down. If it doesn't work, it's no big deal.
Isn't it
you know?
amazing when you play like one that you're like kind of feeling like it's good, but it ain't great. But then you play it or sing it or rap it to somebody, and then they're just like,
what the fuck?
Well, and how often do you get a chance to really like play with? You got to play with it.
Yeah.
When you have something, you gotta try shit.
Yeah.
To see if it
Yeah.
works, and go high. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, well, let's try this. Okay, let's get funky here. Let's and getting in the studio, like having a studio to get in to try to lay it down and see how it sounds, because a lot of times how it sounds to you and then how it actually sounds on the track sometimes can be a little bit different.
Facts.
Sometimes, man, how I heard it and how I sound when I say it
trying to make
aren't the same.
Yeah, trying to make your like
Yeah.
mind's eye, visualize out loud.
And I mean, you can ask Mike. The first song I recorded when we came down was Tab.
Uh-huh.
And even while we were recording Tab, you can ask him, like, I walked out of the studio and I was like, Mike, does that sound right? And then Mike goes, sounds perfect. The only difference is you're used to, just recording it at home, and, you don't know how to set up everything. Now here you're getting a really, it's not amazing like record label type shit, like they're funding money, but you're getting Moses, who has a good mic, a good setup, and it sounds so clear and so good. The way you think you're hearing it is not how it actually sounds, because you're used to kind of like a subpar setup because you don't know everything.
Yeah.
And
you're only used to what you can do with
exactly
it. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And so because of that, I finally understood like what it meant to have a good ear, because I realized way late in 2020 how bad my ear was. I remember making all my tapes. Now, don't get me wrong, my tapes progressively got better, but even my fourth tape, 68 Degrees, the mixes compared to like what my mixes are now, completely different.
Yeah.
It's insane how I thought when I thought I had a good ear, I didn't at all.
I thought I had a good ear on the hookup.
Yo, shout out to that dude Moses. I gotta put a shout out to him
shout
right
out to
now,
Moses
because
beats.
he's handled a bunch of shit, bro. He
Bro.
did Vistas, he did
Escape
Plan,
Plan. He did Great
any
Outdoors.
of the dopest shit that you guys ever heard from us.
Everything.
Best Buzz, Merrill Washington,
Yeah.
like anything that we've done that you thought is tight, like he's done that. Can't Always, Do It For,
Yeah.
like all these songs
Tab,
that you've
Bad
heard.
Bunny, everything.
All
I've had
these
people
songs.
hit me up. I've had people hit me up on Do It For, like, damn, bro, that mix sounds super clean. Where'd you get that done? I said, don't be surprised when I tell you Moses did that shit, bro.
Bro, Moses has mastered, and he's always upgrading the system
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, always.
He's always like, well, you might want to re-record that shit because I just upgraded. And you're
just
like,
tell you
okay, I'm gonna come
verbatim.
back.
He'll tell
you
And he's
verbatim.
cool. He'll be like, come through. Like,
Weeks
yeah.
after I leave the studio, he'll be like, yo, man, I just got some new plugins. I just did a new mix on that track.
And
you
just
haven't
send
put
it to
out yet."
you.
He'll just send it to you to
I
surprise
love
you with little
that.
goodies and
See,
shit.
man.
Like,
Get you
And-
a good producer.
Yeah.
Shout out to Moses, man. He's just all around great, and also he doesn't make you feel like, he doesn't make you feel like you're just a person. Like he really talks to you like, hey, Lowe's, hey, dogs. Like he really talks to you.
Yeah.
It's not just some bullshit like, all right, man, whatever.
No,
You know,
no.
He
He's-
really
yeah,
is.
He's a cool cat.
A social person, and he loves what he does.
Yo, we ready to get towards this disc golf, baby. I'm ready for that sun to clear up, get out, throw
Wait,
some discs, have some fun.
What is disc golf? Is that like a CD player?
what is disc golf?
Oh,
It's
it's
where
so
you're in
fun.
the woods on mushrooms and 12 skunks. Show.
Oh
No,
my God.
Wait,
that,
that's happened to y'all?
that was the most
What happened to
terrifying.
this man?
So literally, I think this was last summer.
Yeah.
But I literally went out with my, because my thing, this is what happens every time, man. Every time I go out and I want to show somebody, I'm like, man, I do this fun thing. I want to show you. Something bad happens. I don't know what the fuck it is. But me, okay, so
It's the universe.
I love to go disc golfing. Been going for a while, right? for years, and my friends at Cinder, I meet these guys. I'm like, hey man, you guys, let's go disc golf. It's amazing, dude. I love going, right? So we were like, well, let's take some mushrooms. We got all these mushrooms.
How much
Let's
did
eat
y'all
'em up.
take?
So I never eat more than a half eighth. So I think I ate like a half eighth of mushroom.
So
I
about
was
a
just
gram and
gonna
a
get a
half.
nice good fry going. And we're going. I'm tripping, bro. I'm like, oh shit, what's up, man? I'm starting to feel good, and I'm always drinking I like to drink when I'm on mushrooms too. So I'll just be drinking, fucking feeling good and shit, smoking some weed too, of course, right? Like
Upping it.
trifecta, baby.
Fucking up in it.
And so we throwing, having a good time, right? Well, we get to like a point where the homie, like, he can't, he just can't get up. He's
Oh,
like,
he was
he's
comfy.
like, I just gotta lay down.
So I'm
and
here,
then
bro.
he's like, bro, I can't get up. And we're like, we can't stand still.
Yeah.
Like we're like,
No man left behind, but you.
This shit's hitting.
The
Like,
forest
what's up?
got him.
Yeah, we're like, we gotta go to the next
Yeah,
hole.
sure.
So we kind of leave, we're kind of waiting around for him, and then we kind of get him up, and then he walks up, and then basically we kind of just like, okay, well, this ain't going nowhere. Like this guy ain't moving, so we gotta go. So we're towards like the last hole until we get up to the car anyway. So we kind of just throw and go and just start heading up, and we're heading up, like basically you're here. You throw, you're in the woods, you're headed up towards the parking lot, and we're just all frying, headed up towards the parking lot, and all of a sudden it's like skunk, and there's 1, and there's 4, and there's 7, and then it was like, holy shit, and then they were everywhere, and then we were all afraid of getting sprayed by skunks because you have to like
Did y'all run?
bathe in tomato juice.
Did y'all run?
Did y'all
So
run
we
or
just
stand still?
run. So
Oh.
at first I was just like I didn't want to move. It
Right.
was just like, I'm looking for tails. Tails were up. They
Oh,
were,
all of them were
Yeah,
up?
they were running away and shit. And I was just like, just chilling. And then I just like, we gotta go. And we just fucking went.
Bumped into a family of skunks.
And so we were sitting in the car, and the homie's like, was like too high to drive, because he was just laying on the goddamn ground,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I'm just like, shit. So I had to just like bail and just be like, well, you're gonna have to just chill in the car, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
I'm
like
outta
the
here.
skunk shit got me shook.
Yeah.
I gotta walk. I'm going to go just walk home. And I just like walked home and then just called the homie and got a ride. But
God damn.
it was just, it just turned into a
Man,
whole
I
thing.
had-
When you're out there, you don't know what you're gonna run into.
The whole
Like
experience
they're
got skunked.
renovating downriver
I've-
and putting a bunch of ponds.
Oh.
Never had any
which is pretty cool.
experiences like that with mushrooms. It's always just been. I mean, I guess there was one, but it wasn't bad. Me and my buddy DeCory, we were at Eric's, Hogan residence, and it was a Sunday. It's time to take some shrooms.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we took like 2 grams each. So he popped 2 grams, and then he looks at me before they kick in, and he goes, "Dude, I think I left my coffee pot on at my RV." And I was like, "Oh shit, let's go." We can go. And he goes, "Are you sure it's across town?" No big deal. We totally forgot we were taking shrooms. We had totally forgot we just ate these.
Yeah.
So I hop in the car, and we're driving down the road, and it's just a beautiful day. And then I just remember being like, my body just went.
My body.
No, like I kid you not. Like I'm driving, and my body just went. Like, dude, because you know that feeling.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Like when it kicks in, and you're just so warm, and you're just like, I feel a little too good to be around people right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm driving, and me and him are on the road for what feels like forever. And I'm just peaking.
Who's driving?
I am.
Oh, you're driving.
Yeah. And I'm an Uber driver. Like I've been doing it for I've been on the road my whole life. So when it comes to driving, and I'm not proud of any times that I've driven drunk before or done anything bad, but every time I've driven, bro, I've been fairly decent, with the exception of the time like I almost went to jail for drinking and driving. You know the song.
Mm-hmm.
But I just driving down in Killeen, peaking. I mean, just, and you're looking out the window and you see all these beautiful cars and the sun reflecting off of them, and the
Supposed
grass
to be
is
watching the
green.
road, John.
But I'm just so observant, and because it's like second nature almost.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and so
yeah.
I'm just kind of like looking around, and I end up looking at DeCory, and DeCory looks at me, and we're just kind of like, we here. You know what I mean? Just like. It is, and we get there. His coffee pot wasn't even on, dog.
For real?
It wasn't
It's
even
a little
on.
adventure
dog.
for you, bro.
For real. And we
Oh.
got back to the house, and Eric was like, "Wait, were y'all just driving?"
Bad idea.
And I was like, "Yeah, dude."
Because Eric got the sense. He's
and-
like, what the
and
fuck?
Eric, but he just because he knew he was tripping, he just goes, "I'm happy you are safe," and he just,
Yeah.
That's all, you know.
Because that's all you. Yeah, I mean that's the.
See, this
That's
is why
the big win right
I
there.
will love shrooms in a way because when people are on them, you're more sensitive to how receptive
People's
they are.
whole energy. I feel like I can totally read some people's energy on shrooms. I'm just like, I can tell.
Oh yeah,
I can just see right through all the bullshit. I'm like, you are a bad person.
Yeah,
or
right.
like, whoa, like you're the coolest person ever. Like, let's hang. Like, I don't know. I could just like, my shit is like, I'm so in touch. I feel like with myself.
I
and
never
all
had
the
any
people around me.
in-tune experiences. My most memorable experience, I was probably, I think I was like 16. I was super young, bro. My sister convinced me to do them, and we went for a walk in the park. And I remember there was like this little hill. It was small. And she's like, oh, let's go to the top of the hill. The view is dope. And they kicked in right as I was climbing the hill.
It's my favorite. I love it when you kick in during the journey.
And
The trees get all big.
That hill went from being like this
To
to
that.
being like that, bro. And I was looking behind me like, I'm going to fall off the planet Earth right now. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So I had kind of a weird time there, but the view was dope. I remember getting to the top of it, and it was super dope. I remember we went back to her apartment, and I was staying the night at her house that night, and I was still high. Like, she was like, I'm going to bed, and I'm still high, and I'm like in a dark living room trying to go to sleep or whatever.
Oh no.
Yeah, and her cat kept crawling up on me and like playing on my stomach and,
so
like on my side.
your
Her cat
mind
was like
went-
going nuts, and so the whole night this cat is keeping me up because he won't like stop fucking around on me, and I keep like taking him off, and he's fucking around or whatever. I get up in the morning.
The fuck?
I get up in the morning. My sister's like, "Yo, how'd you sleep?" I said, "Yo, I slept kind of fucked up. Your cat wouldn't stop bothering me." She said, "I don't have a cat."
Oh fuck, hell no, bro. That's some goosebumps shit.
What?
She said, "I don't have a cat, bro." That's
So what happened? Were
Holy
you really tripping?
I have no idea, bro. I was probably tripping.
So but for real, like even to this day, you're like, no, there was a cat there. I
It
just
was-
don't know how to explain it.
there was a
I
cat.
must have been tripping.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because I went over there a bunch of times after that. There was never a cat there. She really did not have a cat.
You know, there are a couple
So
of
unless a
things.
cat broke into the apartment to fuck with me on shrooms and then dipped out like a thief in the night.
You're walking into her apartment. There's a cat watching. Oh, this dude on shrooms.
Oh, this motherfucker!
I'm
right
about
here.
to break into that
So
apartment.
and this isn't like a reoccurring cat. This isn't like you've taken shrooms and,
No.
and had cat problems before.
No. Just as a
again.
one-time cat
Wow.
experience.
So then it kind of it's
Wow.
like all signs, like one sign points to like this may be a real cat, and then other signs are pointed to like
The phantom cat.
the phantom cat.
The phantom cat.
Wow, man, that's a really
Yeah.
you kind of
Also, like,
It was
you know,
memorable as fuck,
I've
man.
made one mistake in taking shrooms around, of an individual that, wasn't pretty fit for it. I have such a respect, like a profound respect for psychedelics. And I just got to remember that, when I take them, you love people. But, you don't take them with everybody. And I've had one occasion where, I took them with somebody and literally, like, not even an hour or an hour and a half into the trip, he was just like, I'm going to go to my room and lay down. And he just abandoned my
Oh
ass.
no.
And so I'm
Left
in,
you for the popcorn ceiling. Bro.
I'm,
But the
bro,
thing
I'm
is
in
is
his
that
apartment, bro,
sometimes
and
if-
he's a messy motherfucker. So when you're in a messy environment,
you got
and
anxiety.
there's beer cans,
Oh,
or you can't
no.
be comfortable. And like I remember,
Shit starts looking like 90s cartoons like Ren and Stimpy and shit. Like you see all the gross moles
It's
and old
like-
spots
it's
on
so- it
everything.
was
Like
so
couch
bad.
blown out on the top and shit.
and we were at work. That's the crazy thing is like we were working, and we decided we were just gonna take the day off and do shrooms.
He might be having some weird anxiety.
See, that's what I was thinking too. Like I was just like, maybe he just had a bad trip, and he just was like, I'm gonna go to my room. The way he said it, he didn't say it in a bad way. He was just like, hey man, I'm pretty tired. I'm just gonna go lay down on my bed. And I was like,
Everybody does them differently, but I feel like if that's how you are, you should do them by yourself. Like
Right.
some people,
No,
for me,
but
it's kind
they're
of like
different though because I took some shrooms over the summer. I don't know if I don't think maybe it was this last summer.
I think it
or
was
maybe
before I came.
the summer
You were
before.
telling me about
But
it.
I took some with Chris, and dude, they just made me feel weird and like impartial
Yeah.
and just I just fucking hated it. I was
Yeah.
just like stuck in this like in between of just like I don't know how to
Do
feel.
I like this? Do
Yeah,
I
something
not
was
like
I
off.
it?
just didn't
Something was
like it. Yeah, and
It
we
has to be
both
the-
felt like this, and we went and we walked Manitou Park. We
Yeah.
did everything right that we should have done. We took them early in the day when it was
just
just
didn't work out.
and it just was just horrible. Like
Ugh.
I actually felt we actually just separated right when we got home, and he went downstairs and I stayed upstairs, and we
Just
were
did
just
your
like
own
trying to get into our own like,
Yeah.
and it was still just like
Trying to get out
just
of
trying
it.
to watch a movie, and it's like I don't want to get up and walk around, but I don't want to lay here, but I don't want to watch a movie, but I don't want to sit in silence. I just fucking hated it.
The hardest part for me is looking at technology when I'm tripping.
I've never
Oh,
felt
I don't
like
understand
that
it,
before.
bro.
See,
I don't understand it.
I don't either.
It's just buttons.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I
I
remember.
hate it.
You know what I love though? when you put a playlist on and you're laying in the grass and you're looking at the sky,
Yeah,
and
vibe.
the clouds
That's
are
vibes, bro.
moving,
That's great.
and you're just like,
That's
and
great.
then you're just like feeling the grass around you, and you're like, man, this is cool.
I used to knock doors with a dude
That's like
that,
my
that
favorite.
would like
You know
take
what I'm saying?
shrooms and go knock doors, and I'm like, I couldn't even imagine. doing
No
that. Like,
human
this is-
interaction.
This is too casual of a situation. Like you can't.
Like
know
you're
what I'm
treating
saying?
shrooms like weed right now.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, shout out to Sticky Dan.
So
But you know, some people are taking shrooms, you know, to deal with shit, and
just
some
couldn't
people are
imagine.
taking shrooms to like have
Exactly.
fun. And that's where I'm, you know, with weed, I smoke weed to have fun. Some people I talk to, that you know, they smoke weed because they're like, I got back pain.
yeah, I'm in horrible.
I
pain.
need indica for my pain, and I'm
You know
like,
what?
oh shit, we're doing it for different reasons.
I gotta ask you a question. And I'm sure maybe you guys all run into it just on a daily basis.
I know I do.
When you're out there, and you know, it just amazes me how many people are shaky, and they're not even on caffeine. Like they're just like they'll be like, hey, and they'll hand you a card, or they'll.
Shaky are you guys? Pretty still.
Hmm?
Pretty still people
Am
here.
I, am I
That's what's-
shaky?
But what's amazing is like people. I didn't realize how common
Like a small dog.
people are really shaky, bro. They're like I remember. Like
What is that, you think?
When I asked for,
Dehydration?
I don't think so. I think it could either be like
Methamphetamine.
it could be a trauma, or I mean, it could be drugs too. Like I don't know.
Not enough sleep.
But it blows me away how many people will hand me something like this, period. And then while they're handing it, they're just
It's vibrating.
it's insane to me. And like,
People have a lot more people have social anxiety now, I feel like.
yeah,
Just interacting with a person that they
Right.
haven't met. And I feel like that's why it is important, like, even though, you know, that's not your fault or whoever's fault that people are like this now because of social media or whatever it is. But, you know, we just treat these people with grace, everybody with grace. And that way everybody feel like they can kind of get out of that. Like, oh my God, everybody's judging me. It's just like, well, I'm not. And
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, okay, cool. Because people just want to just be like, oh, you're not judging me. Okay.
but
So I can just have my sweats in my hair, and I'm
be
just like,
normal
so I'm
and
just
not
like,
have to care.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Like,
But
oh,
some
okay,
people,
cool.
you know, some people they can't help but think that you know people are lying to them. I remember in high
People
school.
have been hurt.
Yeah, and in high school, I'd hang out with people that I thought were, you know, I recognized who they socialized with, and I felt like they were of some popularity. And you know, I'd hang out with them one on one, and they would always tell me, like, I don't know, man, like sometimes I just feel like everybody's talking about me, like in a bad way. And not that they are, it's just my mind tells me they are.
Yeah.
And I always think that way. And I remember listening to that thinking, I cannot relate. Like I can't. And then a lot of folks were just can't do it. Like I just everybody's talking about me. And I'm like, nobody's talking about it. No one even knows us.
Nobody cares. Bro.
Nobody even knows we're here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then to them it's like, no, they know who I am. And it's just like, that's so interesting. And it worries me because I could show up with a group of individuals who I know of, but I don't know that they feel that way. And sometimes it's scary for me. Like, I'll just be like, all right, we're about to do this. And then you could see it in somebody's face, like, are you okay? Like, and they won't tell you, hey, I'm fine. I'm good, bro. But they're just feeling something so, and it's unreal. to
There's
know-
just all the
Yeah.
social parameters that keep people from just wanting to be like, hey, dude, I'm feeling weird right now. Hey, man, I don't know. I feel weird about
It goes
this.
back to what we were talking about earlier. Sometimes people just have a hard time communicating. I
Mhm.
think, and
And
it's
I
a
feel
skill
like
you have to learn.
I feel
how
like
to
it's the
be-
social parameter. Like, it's
Yeah.
people like feel like they have to be a certain way because people are gonna, like, fucking who cares? But I feel like ever since I've gotten into my 30s, I've just been like, who fucking
Who
like, I'm
cares?
doing me. I'm gonna be doing dope shit. Like, I'm not tripping. And that's like, if I keep that mentality, then I find that I'm more happy. And people that are caring,
Yeah.
then you're just really bent out of shape. You're setting yourself up to be disappointed.
Could you
Right.
imagine how much strain you have having to wake up and put that mask on every day? Like, just to,
crazy.
I gotta
I've done it.
satisfy
I've done
everybody.
it before because I've cared
Feeling
so
like you
much
have to show out
before.
or have to do all this shit. And it's like, once you get on that path, once you're like, okay, I'm this type of person, I'm gonna do this type of thing and blah 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 and whatever. Like, I can remember summers and summers ago trying to like do posts every day or not so much the 4 bars daily because that was like a skill check type thing, but like trying to be more active and engaged on social media and like, it's your boy and blah blah blah, this, that, and the other
Yeah.
thing, trying to really like create that personality. And very low engagement because it's not authentic, it's not sustainable. But when I was promoting that song last week and I was doing daily posts about things that were important to me and trying to actually engage with people on shit that mattered to me, is sharing fucking songs that I made when I was 15 that I'm low key, high key embarrassed of, because fuck it, bro, I don't care. I want you to see the growth and the progress. I want you to see,
which like 27-year-old you or 25-year-old you would have been like,
I don't ever want anyone to hear that shit. Nobody better find my Reverb Nation and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I know a lot of folks to this day who for some reason can't accept their transformations. You know, it's like, don't play that shit. And it's just like, dude, this was you. Like, this was your truth at one point. Like, this is what you love.
Well, and once you get comfortable with that, once you stop looking at things like, oh, I'm ashamed of that, or I want to keep that under wraps or whatever. And it's like, no, man, that's part of what made me me. Like, that's part of my progression to get me to be. I'm
well, it's
proud
funny
of that.
because the way I seen it too, I told John, like, I always thought that, like, you know, oh, maybe I really had to find my voice. I really did need to find my voice when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know, you know.
I was trying to sound like Method Man and shit. Like, I was trying to emulate people that I fucked with because I didn't have my own voice.
But I thought that, like, I had all this work to do, and I thought that it's like, Mike, like, you've just always been fire. Like, always. I was just been like, yeah, but Mike's always
the shit
been
I posted
fire.
proves that I've not always been fired,
Like,
bro.
maybe, but still, like, maybe not the content of the lyrics and shit, because what you were rapping about wasn't what you were really going through or what you were really feeling. It wasn't a vulnerable you, but you know, the talent, like, as far as like you having your voice, you know, I thought that was always there. I guess you've had like the name changes and shit like that, so it's like we've all gone through these growths, but is beautiful because, you know, you want to be able to go back in time to change shit. Like, you're like, dude, if I go back in time, I'd have bought Bitcoin at $1.
Right.
Like, if I could go back in time, I'd have done, you know, whatever, right? And
it's what meant for us.
but it's also so beautiful, you know. So trying to like see both sides, like, yeah, that would be cool. But
celebrate your stumbles. That will keep you humble.
celebrate your stumbles, because if we're not stumbling, if you see that you're shooting shots and you're making all your shots, shoot more shots.
Yeah, you're not shooting enough.
Look for a no, find a no. Let's get some no's here, because we're not getting it. You know, we're not getting far. We're not going to get far enough, fast enough.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree with that entirely, man.
You know, not to turn this into like a motivational speech.
Come on,
but,
Tony Robbins, let's do it.
But
bro.
dude,
I love it, dude. And I think everybody needs that subtle reminder of like, don't doubt yourself or worry about how you look to other people if you feel like you're in a unique position. Like, look at how Kanye, like, we'll go back to Yeezus for a second. Kanye verbatim said it on, you're not going to appreciate this album for another 3 years.
I still don't.
See, and you just hasn't happened to you yet, but it will. Like, you know, it will. I just remember hating that record, and then, you know, it grows on you. But that's the same thing. Like, you got to look.
I'll
at
never listen to it.
You gotta look at yourself in the same way. Like, even I'll look at some old pictures of me in high school, and I'll think, why the fuck did I wear that? But every day I look at that kid and I smile, and I'm like, thank God you wore that.
Yeah, bro, it was hot back
I
then,
love it
bro.
because now
You're your own unique person. Nobody's like you.
Yeah.
Nobody's like you, man. Like, the things that you do, especially, are infectious. They rub off on me, and I'll be saying the shit you're saying. And so it's like
vice versa.
Yeah. So dude, I don't know. This whole journey's been a lot of fun, and, you know, we all just dropped music recently. We're gonna shoot a music video to this song.
Nice.
And I'm excited. I'm excited to do that.
And cameo, bro.
And I'm most importantly looking forward to the timestamps that, you know, we make together, like as just a collective. Like, guys, like, thank y'all, because I'm gonna look back at 50, 60, 70, like, god damn, Spokane, Washington. Like, god damn.
Well, and wherever we're gonna go from
Wherever
here.
we go
I'm
from
gonna look
here,
back at
because-
50 or 60. I'm be dead in 70, bro. Don't holler at
No,
me.
me too, bro. I mean, I'm thinking 68, 69.
Cash out, bro.
Bro, like, I'm not even.
I'll be honest, the amount of weed we all three smoke, we're gonna be here a lot longer.
Yeah, that could be.
I think the weed's
Shoot for
really
Moses numbers, bro. Trying to live to 500 and
I
shit.
feel like it's more like what you're eating versus more than what you're smoking.
fair.
Whatever you're eating is going to decide
Starting
how
my
much
vegan
you're
diet
eating.
tomorrow.
And,
It's true.
you know, we all got to eat a little bit less, probably.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Portion size is ridiculous.
Portion sizes. I think we all need to eat a little bit slower. I think that's
That
something that we
too.
could
Yeah.
all. If you
Bro.
you can enjoy the same amount of pizza, like a smaller amount of pizza, and you can have just as much joy eating 2 or 3 slices of pizza than you could eating 5 or 6 slices of pizza, just depending on how fast
yeah.
you eat it.
But you get high and then you want to eat quick, and it's just like, oh, it's so good. I got that mouth pleasure.
That's
bro.
where
You
your
gotta-
brain, you
Yeah.
stop. This is almost where we're talking about controlling that emotion too, where I want to be able to be a master of that emotion and not let that emotion just carry me into.
It's funny you say
where
that.
I'm just like, listen,
Yeah.
I-
Pace yourself,
how much
bro.
food do I need? Am I hungry? Okay, I'm done eating this. I'm good. I'm gonna go do something else.
Well, and it's part of. I mean, everything's bigger in America. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at other countries, their portion sizes are
But
much
there's-
smaller, much more respectable. They think we like.
But we
Crazy.
still like it's just because
So-
it's self-discipline is the ultimate key, right?
We gotta wisen up, man. Eat less. Call each other cunts, man. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, and big portion sizes just means big leftovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
means big food the next day.
This can feed me for multiple meals.
Exactly.
And that's another thing with my like Chipotle bowls. This whole week, like I'll eat half. Like I only eat half, and then I'll wait an hour and a half, and then I'll eat the other half. And it just seems like because the moment you burp while you're eating, you've already gone too far. You've gone way too far. Like
Because I go way too, and the
I'm a
reason
gassy
I'm
individual, bro.
saying
I
these
don't- yeah.
things is because I go way too far, way too often.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm qualified to speak on this type of shit. Because I am always going too far and then
Itis.
checking
I'm up,
myself.
bro.
Itis out.
I've gained at least the COVID-19, bro. Like the freshman 15. No, it's the COVID. Like
The
fucking
COVID-19.
20, bro. It's like the COVID 27 now.
Well-
My wife's pregnant, so I have the excuse because I'm gaining
Dad
sympathy
bod.
weight for her. Yeah.
she's craving those
Yeah, but she's already talking, bro. She's been talking for the last few weeks. She said, as soon as I drop this baby out of me, as soon as I get it out, we on a fucking diet plan. We're working out. Like we're both
Boom.
bouncing back.
I love that.
So what I want
I
right
love
now, in the final minutes of this podcast,
Can I hit
is,
that one more time?
is to know what you guys are thankful for. I just want to know 3 things you guys are thankful for.
3?
I joined late, so I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay, you go first. Hit 'em.
What is this first?
Oh, that's mimosa.
Yeah.
Purple punch and clementine.
It's not breakfast, but we can have breakfast for dinner.
No, it's pretty good. It's
Shit's fire.
it's not as sweet as I wish it was, but it was pretty good.
What are you
Sweet that I'm
thankful
here.
for?
One, grateful for my my new job.
Yeah.
I got a new job at Cinder. Thank you, Zach, for throwing a word and a good word for me and the people, the staff, locals in Spokane. Please come see me, man. I'm in the Valley. I really think I found a great job for me. Doesn't even feel like work. Doesn't even feel like work. I'm grateful for that. Like I wholeheartedly, Cinder. 2, I'm grateful for you both.
Hey.
I met you guys through Instagram. Well,
Social media.
first,
I
I want
Internet.
to say Spotify first before Instagram. I was listening to some Pacific Northwest Macklemore, and I'm scrolling through similar artists,
I've heard of him.
and I wound up coming across this beautiful artwork for Vistas.
Thank you.
And did you make that?
Yeah, I did.
That's fucking insane. I had no idea.
Mike been at work.
Yeah.
Dude. That artwork is like top tier.
Have you seen the
top tier.
back cover?
No.
Oh man, the back cover's a treat. I'll get you a
bro.
copy of
All
that
right,
back
bet.
cover.
So
I have it in the car.
Oh, you
let's-
do?
Yeah.
Yeah, show
let's
that man.
take Vistas, and I met y'all
And
through
the diss
social
track, too.
media. I mean, well, through Spotify, and then I looked y'all up on social media. I found out how low y'all were. Reached out, just said, dude, y'all are dope. You got back to me like immediately. Like again, you're such a sociable person through social media. Like you really take the time to reach out to people, and I remember that meaning the world to me because I was like, these guys are professional. Like they're doing it. Ain't no way they're gonna get back to me. And fucking 5-6 years later, we're working together, and then it's like a year later, I'm here,
Mhm.
and then a year later to the date, I moved in.
That's crazy. So fucking crazy.
And guys, thank you for
Manifest
all.
destiny.
And now we're
Dude.
Speak Spokane.
Yeah, we're at fucking Speak Spokane. We're doing things that are so large. Let's go back to that movie Soul for a second. We forget that we're already here. Like I could sit here and say I want to be a superstar, dude. I'm already there. I'm with a superstar right here. I'm with a superstar right here. You guys are 10,000 hours over with your crafts. We know and love our crafts. We're living this dream, and it's such an honor to be here. And third, this is the hardest one. My girlfriend.
Oh.
It'll be the love of my life. She's been going through a tough time, and when I've gone through my tough time, she's always been there for me. And by God, I'll be right by her side through it.
Mm.
Those 3.
Damn.
It's beautiful.
Thank you guys.
I love that, bro.
Thank you.
Fucking cry.
I love that, bro. Shit.
Matisse.
Let's see, man. I'm thankful first, I'm thankful for my ability to be able to come back here and do this shit. I know I was gone for a hot minute.
Yeah, bro, we're so happy.
And I'm gonna have to disappear for another week or so until we get this baby out, which should be real soon, and then I'll be back again. But
do we got a date on that?
yeah, March 17th. March 17th, baby dropping, bro. Ooh. Baby in stores everywhere.
Baby on baby.
Yeah. So yeah, we dropping a baby on these motherfuckers. But
so it's a Pisces.
But yeah, so anyways, I'm thankful for my ability to be able to get back out and do this shit again. I don't get enough interaction stuck at home. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really thankful for these moments that I get.
The only male energy he gets is
I know,
his cat.
right? Yeah, yeah. The only other male in the house is the cat, bro. So
I don't know. I feel like the beard adds a lot to having a beard because you grow what none of us can.
Hey,
yeah, I can't.
I've been working on this piece for quite a while, bro.
Doesn't happen. I think I shaved when I was
it
last.
Took a hot minute.
I think I was like 15.
You know what though? You know what though? Here's the trade off.
Oh, but I'll be honest with you. There's power in the bald,
That's
bro.
the trade-off,
There's
bro.
so much power in the bald.
I know.
Let me tell you, if Trump just shaved his head when he was president,
I
he'd
saw
probably
that.
be a lot cooler.
He looked like Lex Luthor a little
He'd
bit, bro,
probably
but
be
it
a
was
lot
kind of
cooler.
tight.
I think I've seen it photoshopped.
Last time I let it grow out a little bit, and then I shaved it everywhere except for like a little bit in the middle. I had like a little like Chuck Liddell fucking.
That's so.
You know what I'm saying? Little mohawk
Bro,
action.
I like it.
Yeah, bro. So I was on my shit wearing my wrestling t-shirts. But no, I'm thankful for being able to come out and do this shit. I'm thankful for my beautiful family and the addition that's coming soon, bro. I'm like, I've been kind of back and forth. Like, am I ready for this? And I know I already done it one time and stuff like that. But like, I'm just, especially with the recent reevaluation of everything that's kind of brought me here with the song that I dropped last week and just kind of going through all this history and everything that I've done. I made a really long post about how I've been able to incorporate my daughter into everything I've done with music. And so I'm just thankful to be able to continue to build my family and continue to work towards my goals and be able to be a positive influence to my kids and to my family.
That's so
you know what I'm saying?
That's so beautiful.
I got a couple like Derek Jenkins, man, Jinx Universe. Shout out to him. He's got a kid and he's still pursuing his dream. TS got 2 kids pursuing his dream. His lady's pursuing his dream. It's such an inspiration to me to see people be able to follow their dreams and pursue their passions and parlay that into a way to be a guiding light for their kids and show them by example how you
and
can.
where they don't just go straight to the parenting and be like, I gotta abandon my dreams.
Yeah, there's some people that will go either way. That you either got to like hang it up and stop doing it because you're a family man now, or you got to like abandon your family and walk out on them to follow your dreams or whatever. And it doesn't have to be both. It's hard. It's sleepless nights, but
you have to make a decision.
Yeah, you can do it. And I've been able to inspire and, you know, bringing my kid up on stage and she wants to sing the words with me. And the other day, bro, she asked me, she said, because I dropped those bars before Do It For It drop. She asked me, she said, Dad, will you help me pick out beats tomorrow? Like, can you imagine as a parent hearing your daughter ask, can you help me pick out beats? Will you help me look for beats?
That's crazy.
She wants to make songs and shit, bro. She says she wants to own a restaurant and rap with Dad on stage when she grows up. Those are her current dreams.
That's tight.
That's amazing. Just know I'll be the first one in line.
Your daughter's
for that
tight,
album.
bro.
Yeah, so I'm thankful for all that. I guess that's like 2 wrapped into one. I'm thankful for the new kid, but I'm also thankful for this whole ability to be able to turn my dreams into a way that incorporates the next generation as a positive influence.
Damn.
Rather than neglect because I'm doing my own shit.
Is that all 3? I swear you got another one.
Large breasts.
All right. Yeah.
Tasteful, respectful, with consent, large breasts.
Love it.
Preferably my wife's.
Chocolate dipped.
Preferably my wife's.
Preferably my girlfriend's. Love you, baby. You know them Wall and 2 dots always mine.
A to the man.
So, okay, let's go. I'm fucking grateful for my privilege.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
So,
like, because if I didn't have my privilege, I wouldn't be able to even have a healthy mentality towards the bullshit coming at me, to be able to sustain the fucked up shit that we all have to go through, that I've been through, the fucked up thoughts, all that shit.
Yeah.
You know, like if I wasn't raised by such great disciplined people before me, and like in an area where I was able to thrive and just walk to school safely and just, you
You're
know,
better off than a lot of
not,
people, man.
yeah, man. And you know what I'm saying? And I just mean my privilege in the sense of the whole world.
Yep.
Where there's just so many fucked up situations, and I just happen to be in a pretty good situation my whole life.
Hey.
So I'm grateful for that. And then I'm also grateful for the opportunity to be here right now at Speak Studios, in such a beautiful studio with such great lighting and such great sound and such a great sound man. I mean,
Shout out Mason.
It's beautiful.
I like that you got the lights on this side now.
Yeah, so they're not in the shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm you know, we got John here. He wasn't even a part of the episode in the beginning. He showed up halfway through.
surprise
Yeah,
guest,
man,
bro.
I'm happy. And thank you to Mason for opening the door. I was like walking back to my car.
Oh, I just saw your text. Like, you know what, dude? I'll just whatever. Hey, I'll see you at home or whatever. And I was like, oh shit, well, he's here. Cool. We're good.
Get him in here.
And then, you know, I'm grateful for local support.
Ugh.
I'm grateful for just people coming together to support the local business, support the artist, put people on a show, to do some type of live from somewhere, you know, video shoot, to, you know, like any effort that is selfless to try to bring people together and create something bigger than ourselves.
Mhm.
All the people that are out there doing that, I'm just grateful for you, and we're going to get together and make some of the coolest shit this summer.
That shit inspires me, man.
You know, dude, it really
Hell yeah.
I'm stoked.
It really does. And thank y'all for Spokane, just for welcoming me with open arms. I tell everybody that has moved here or I've spoken to that asked me about Spokane, I've lived here for 5 months, and all the homies, everybody that I've met has put me in a bed. They've given me warm food. They've given me recommendations of places to go. I have been taken care of with open arms, and whoever
We ain't gonna be that nice to all you motherfuckers. You gotta
Right.
prove yourself. John's done a lot of work, so
But,
don't front. But
let me
we're
tell y'all,
hospitable.
man, this place is beautiful. The seasons are here to show you that the bad days do pass, and yeah, I love the local shit, bro.
So that's what we're most excited for. Thank you guys for tuning in. Some of my favorite people in the fucking world. And I'm slurring because we're off a little half a pint of vodka.
water.
Just feeling good. So happy to be here. Isla Matisse, John motherfucking Ward. Do it for Can't Always. On Spotify right now.
check it out.
All right, guys.
Video coming.
And Apple Music. Love y'all, man. That was awesome.
Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, your energy is intense.
I know I just dropped the hottest song in town.
I'll never listen to it.
Be a reasonable person, perhaps.
Like, I know what you're going to say.
Don't bring me down.
Okay, man. You are fucking crazy.
You're being a bitch.
This doesn't matter that you feel this way. This is the way it is, and we're going to move on.
What the fuck?
This podcast was brought to you by Speak Spokane, a community-driven podcasting studio space where people from all walks of life can speak and be heard. Follow along with us on Instagram at Speak Spokane and visit speakpodcasting.com to learn more about starting your podcasting journey today.